have to win at least 4 out of those 8 games, but of course looking to win more for sure. For the visiting Panthers, they've got 2 straight wins coming into the game today. That includes a Sunday afternoon victory against the Welland Jackfish at Jack Couch Park almost a week ago, 8-6 the final score in that one. And as for the one yesterday, it looked like it was going to be a little bit of a blowout. The Panthers all over the Maple Leafs, 7-0. After 6 innings of play, Christian Hauck, what a performance by him for the Panthers. He goes 7 innings total, giving up 2 runs, exits the ball game with a 5-run lead. You're thinking, okay, let's hand it off to the bullpen. 2 innings to go, let's close this thing out. Toronto Maple Leafs had a different idea, you could put it. They tied the game up at 7 in the 9th inning, and then in dramatic fashion, it was a walk-off sac fly. Junior Ibarra, a walk-off sac fly to right field. That one went up for the Panthers, an 8-7 victory over Toronto in 10. As for the Majors, they were on home field on Wednesday. They got the job done against the visiting Hamilton Cardinals. That was an 11-5 victory. Owen Boone picking up the win in that ballgame. 6 innings, 3 earned, 7 hits, 12 strikeouts, including 1 walk. We're going to take a break quickly here. When we come back, first pitch here at Labatt Memorial Park.
Here we go.
Believe me, you've never heard a talk show like this.
I'm sleeping with Joe Carter. By the way, Joe did not touch them all.
Yeah.
I have to say, your voice is fantastic.
Meet Smitty.
Listen, I'm the brains here.
And Mitty.
And I'm the good-looking funny one.
This is the Smitty Mitty Show.
Catch new episodes of the Smitty and Mitty Show wherever you get your podcasts.
You're watching London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
I want to ride this pony, but I suffer from low E.
Millions of people are suffering from low energy, commonly known as low E.
Low E has hurt my performance in the bedroom. I haven't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope.
Planet Fitness replaces low E with Big E, which keeps you energized and glowing all day. Simply join through the free PF app for only $15 a month.
Planet Fitness is a proud partner of your London Majors.
You're watching.
Here's the pitch. Joseph drills it to right center field. That ball's going back to the warning track, to the wall. Goodbye, baseball. Starling Joseph, a 2-run home run.
London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
To Labatt Memorial Park here in London, Ontario. As mentioned off the top, it is a cloudy and wet day here in London, Ontario. Welcome inside the Game Day London broadcast booth. Reece Doumani here along with Matt Hiscox filling in on this Friday evening, and the temperature is still there. It is still very warm enough for baseball, but there is rain moving into the area. It's just light as of right now, so we're still able to play some ball here, but the chance for more is definitely a possibility tonight. As mentioned off the top, both teams coming into this game with victories. As mentioned, the London Majors 11-5 winners over the Hamilton Cardinals this past Wednesday, and a lot of baseball coming up for the London Majors in the final week of the regular season. Only 2 days off for this team. Monday night, Thursday night of next week. You got a couple of games midweek, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then a 3-3 to end the regular season. Also a 3-3 this weekend for the Majors. But the task at hand, the third place Kitchener Panthers, they're looking to get themselves into that top 2, try and get closer to Welland, and of course just half game back of the Barrie Baycats in the IBL standings as they look to be one of the hotter teams heading in to the postseason. And since all 8 teams get in, that's really all you got to do is just get in and try and get on a roll, try and get on a hot streak, Matt, and back-to-back championships for the majors. I'd say if there's any team that understands how important it is to just get in and then find out what happens, I'd say the London Majors are one of those teams.
Yeah, who knows what can happen? We've seen it before. Look at the Brantford Red Sox a couple years ago, Hamilton last year. Yep. They get hot, they go, and they've got the time to go. And yes, right now the majors will rack up against the Bay Cats if they go in the first round. That's a long travel matchup, we should say.
I was going to say, couldn't have picked two further teams. Yeah.
Well, wait till next year when you got Barry Chatham.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to be an overnight stay for sure, in my opinion. But I think this time, the majors, really, the only game you've lost is a Toronto game on Sunday at the pits. And both of us, we've heard Lazar there say, you go into the pits on a Sunday afternoon, you're coming out there, as long as you come out alive with all 9 guys.
Yeah.
I think you're laughing at that point. But you never know what's going to happen. This is the time to take advantage at home park. Yes, the weather isn't the best. You take what you get. You get through 5 innings, hopefully, and you go from there. You come out with the lead, hopefully, in those 4 innings.
Absolutely. Really, we're looking at it. We've seen the system that's expected to come. Well, you could say any time now.
We've been looking at it for the last probably. When did you get here?
Oh, I was here early.
Yeah, we were looking at it then. So honestly, we've seen it happen where the Labatt Park has a bubble over it, and it completely misses us. We've also seen it where it comes down in buckets.
And the game's done in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then 10 minutes later, it's bright and sunny. So we're going to play here, and we're going to get through as long as we can, and hopefully we get a good ball game.
First pitch of the night is a called strike from the right-hander Wilber Martinez, and we are underway here at Labatt Memorial Park. No matter what the weather, still the ballpark that you want to be at in the Intercounty Baseball League. Backdrop is second to none of downtown London here. Second pitch fouled off, and Martinez quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes.
Now, you get the privilege of living in the Niagara Falls area now.
Yeah, that's a trek here, by the way. That's a 2-hour drive.
That is, and you know how much I appreciate that. But what is this backdrop compared to the Niagara Falls backdrop?
Oh, man. Man, that's tough. The O2 is downstairs. I'll give it to Niagara Falls. Until they get into the league, if they get into the league ever, that gives London some competition. But for now, it's not even close. Stadiums, I'll give it. The IBL, we've got some pretty nice stadiums around, but still Labatt Memorial Park is number one, and it's not even close. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes here to the Panthers' leadoff man, Blake Jacklin. You could arguably say one of the best top 3 around the IBL to start off your offensive night, and Jacklin, Leader, and Gonzalez. The 2-2 is popped up, foul territory. Giving a look was Bowman, but it goes out of play. Charlie Bowman with his first start in the IBL tonight, so congratulations to him.
We do apologize. We've lost our one screen here in the booth for our scoreboard, so we're relying on you here right now, Reece, for the
Hey, let's go radio with video. I'm down. Here's the 2-2. Is popped up again, but pretty much the same spot. Going to be a foul ball and go out of play. Martinez coming into this start today. The ERA is not where you want it, but the record, he is 2-1. The ERA is at 9. It's his 4th start of the season. He's thrown 16 innings, 12 strikeouts, and 12 walks. He's also given up 19 hits. His last outing coming August 4th against Toronto. As reaching here, a 2-2 count, hit by pitch will be Blake Jacklin. So that's how the Panthers' offensive night will start. Really an outcome that you weren't wanting, of course, for Martinez. You never want to hit anyone, of course. You never want to give anyone a free base. But start off Jacklin, no balls, 2 strikes. He eventually works it to 2-2. And you think, okay, you're in a battle here. Leadoff man, that's his job. And then you lose him with the hit by pitch. But look at it in one way where you get a ground ball, you got 2 outs. And that's really, you just got to erase that hit by pitch and focus on getting the ball down and getting that ground ball.
And Wilbur's got a great off-speed pitch that he can do that easily. It takes one pitch, and he's out. He's got 2 outs, as you said.
First pitch missing here to Andy Leader, 374 hitter in the Intercounty Baseball League this season. He's got 7 bombs, 27 RBIs, as well as 29 runs. He's also stolen 4 bases. This ball is going to be popped foul. Count is now even, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Are you going to be afraid of those that hit this roof when they come down?
No, not even a little bit.
No? I guess you've had the experience in Brantford.
In Brantford, Colin and I, we looked to get foul balls. Like we were that like 5-year-old that was in the stands. We're like, I'm going to the ballpark and I'm getting a foul ball today. That was our goal each year that we did that. And do you know how many we got, Matt?
I'm sure our good friend Colin Ward there will give us an idea on how many he's caught.
Yeah. 1-1 fouled off.
There's one.
There you go. No, in Brantford, we count windshields. The parking in Brantford, people park along the side of Arnold Anderson Stadium. Windshields is our counter. I think we got up to 7 last year.
Well, let's hope with our count and where my truck is parked, we don't have that tonight.
That's why I park as far away as possible. I'm in that back corner.
I think the Kitchener bus is blocking me tonight, so we're good.
Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Pitch was in the dirt, and the count will now be even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, and that's gutsy. Kitchener Panthers coming into London with the Kitchener Rangers bus.
I'm not going to post or comment on that one. I plead the 5th.
Martinez set again. Leader awaits the 2-2. Here it is. It is going to be swung on and missed. First strikeout of the night for Martinez as Leader goes down swinging for out number 1.
Ground ball is still in play, so anything here can definitely help the Majors with getting out of this inning and getting the bats right away.
Yeah, and it's that little boost early in a game, as little as it may look. First inning, okay, double play, whatever. It is what it is, right? It can really boost that offense, like you said, get them back into the dugout as quick as possible. Check over at first. You mentioned it off the top, Matt. If we're expecting the rain that the Weather Network says we are, you want to be up early. You get through 4.5, that's a complete game. Especially if the Majors are up, of course.
Exactly. And you know what? If you can get up in this game and it gets called at 4.5 for the Majors, you're sitting there thinking, I'm in good shape right now. Yeah. You know what? You never want to see a game called for anybody, players, fans, anybody, to lose out on Ontario baseball. But if you're looking at the team, both teams, you've got Kitchener played last night. I believe they play
play tomorrow.
Yep. And I believe they play Sunday on Sunday night in Kitchener. So if you can get some of these games short,
yep.
Even if you come away with a short game win, I don't want to say that you're looking at a double victory there, but devil's advocate, I'm looking at that's a double victory for me.
Yeah, you're at that point in the season where Kitchener, they've got 5 games left, including tonight. London's got 8. You got to save as many arms as possible.
Remind me we have 8 games because we've got, I think,
you got a lot of work ahead of you.
We got 4 of those at home, I believe, 3 or 4. So
here's the 1-0. Runner on the move. This ball is going to be hit into the gap in left center field and going to get down. Going first to third will be Jacklin. They're going to send him. Looks like the ball caught the lip of the outfield and bounced away from Reyes Cruz, so that will allow Jacklin to come around to score. It's an RBI double for Raul Gonzalez, and the Panthers are up early. It's 1-0.
First to third on that type of hit. It looked like it didn't get too deep into the outfield, especially with Austin Wilkie in center field. He's got one of the better arms on the Majors outfield, but unfortunately that one just unable to get back to home plate and stop the runner from scoring.
Yeah, that's a ball that didn't even make it to the fence, right? And a good job by Wilkie. You got to give him credit there to cut that ball off, make sure it doesn't go to the fence. Just a tough hop there at the edge of the outfield, the lip with the infield dirt and the outfield there. Caught a tough bounce. I thought they had a chance at the plate, but would have been close. But, of course, with that unfortunate bounce, there was no throw made, allowing Jacqueline to score very easily. And Raul Gonzalez continues to be one of the best in the Intercounty Baseball League. 364 coming into the game here tonight. The 1-0 is fouled off. Count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike to the number 4 hitter, Marcel Lacasse. Good crowd on hand here at Labatt Memorial Park. Despite the threat of rain, fans still very much showing their support here for the London Majors, especially late into the season, heading into the playoffs.
Grandstands filled up. The lines aren't as full as normal, but when you get a little chance of rain, fans will come underneath the stands more than they'll go out under the wide open skies.
Yeah, I don't blame them for that.
No. I like to stay dry.
Some fans are toughing it out. A couple of them have umbrellas. They came prepared, and they have stayed out along those grandstands down the lines. Getting ready to watch the 1-2 offering from Martinez. Here it is. Going to be nubbed on the ground to second. Flip over to first is in time. Schulafand to McGee, and there are 2 down in inning number 1.
And we should say we really don't want this rain because I don't think you want to drive back to Niagara Falls in a rainstorm either.
That's the beauty of having parents that live in Brantford. And they're on vacation.
Oh, so you don't even have to worry about anybody being there.
Absolutely not.
Make sure Dad's not listening. But, make sure you steal a couple of the bubblies after the hard work tonight.
Yes, the fridge is full. I can confirm. First pitch to Ibarra, in for a strike. Yeah, my dad felt the need to let everybody in my family group chat know that it is 43 degrees in Miami, Florida.
I kind of like our weather better.
Yeah, I'm with you. The 0-1 is fouled off. As nice as Miami is, 43 is hot. Yeah,
it always confuses me on why snowbirds, Canadians, always go down in the middle of summer when it's hot here.
I've never understood
it's going to be hot there.
Yeah.
So go down when it's cold here and enjoy, get the best of both worlds.
0-2 is way out and low. Martinez gets the swing and miss from Ibarra. He's down on 3 pitches, and that is how the top of the first comes to an end. Panthers do strike first thanks to an RBI double from Raul Gonzalez. A 1-0 score after half an inning with the Majors coming to bat. Of course, this is one of 3 games around the Intercounty Baseball League here tonight. We're still waiting for one to get underway, those lovely 8 p.m. starts in Brantford. They're hosting the Welland Jackfish tonight. No sun, though. I think this will carry over to Brantford, so they'll probably start close-ish to 8, you would think.
You'd hope. I mean, we've seen it before where we even mentioned it earlier. Labatt Park has that bubble, so maybe it doesn't get, and it's bright and sunny in Brantford right now, and they're in a sun delay. But
yeah, it's happened before. Absolutely. And of course, one already underway. Bernie Arbor Stadium, Cardinals and Maple Leafs, no score in the bottom half of the first inning there. Not the biggest game in Ontario, I would say, though, tonight. Rogers Centre hosting a pretty important weekend, you could say. Jose Bautista signing that one-day contract to officially retire as a Toronto Blue Jay. And
have we looked at the lineup? Is he in the lineup tonight? Can we
I mean, he's better than some of the options they have.
Well,
speaking as someone who's not a Jays fan, I'm not a Jays fan. But I like the Tigers, which is probably worse.
And as Eric Collins up here will always mention, we are sorry.
Yeah, no, it's been better this year, but not awesome. Tigers being in Boston tonight. But yeah, Jose Bautista weekend in Toronto, and one of the games to go to has got to be that bobblehead day. Like that place is going to be full. Those lines are going to be what you would think afternoon. Is it an afternoon game up there? I think it is. You expect people to line up around 10.
Yeah,
get that bobblehead.
It's a 3:07 game.
Yeah, probably noon then. Yeah, I could see that.
It's Jose Bautista bobblehead though. Maybe noon for a regular bobblehead, but this is one of the legends. This is you look at the Vernon Wells, the Roy Halladay's. That's where those are. This is one you're going to want right away.
First pitch of the night from Yadian Martinez in for a strike. The 0-1 is hit into center field. That's a base hit, and that's the way you want to answer. If you're the London Majors, Wilkie thought about second base, and not the worst idea in the world, but a good job to recognize pretty quickly that he's probably not going to make that, and he'll take the leadoff single.
Well, you want to talk Jose Bautista moments. We've seen it where he took second base on a walk.
Yep.
I know. Correct. I've seen that one already today on social media. So you never know. Maybe Wilkie saw that moment today on social media and thought the same thing. Hey, maybe they're not hurrying it up. I'll just, take my base when I want it.
Yeah, another baseball that was hit into the outfield that just died from the grass again. It's going to be
the wet grass. We've seen it multiple times here at Labatt Park.
Here comes Lawrence. He bunts it. It's a good one. Stays fair. Throw on to first is in time. Good location, but a good job to hop there at third base by Lacasse, able to get the out at first. Lawrence does his job, moves Wilkie to second, and now that tying run in scoring position. You talk about the importance of early runs here tonight with the weather that is expected. That's a team at bat. That is a selfless at bat there by Lawrence. A good job to recognize that they need to get that run back very early here.
Yeah, and when you look at it, yes, the Majors hit the home run, but they scored 11 runs on Wednesday against Hamilton, and not a single home run. They only had one extra base hit. Small ball wins games when it matters.
And it's that point of the season too, right? It's stop shooting for the power numbers.
Yeah.
That'll bring up Starling Joseph in the 3-hole tonight.
Did you mention about him almost hitting us there in BP?
Yeah, we
the power.
Well, Matt almost got smoked by an absolute rocket off the bat of Joseph in BP. First pitch to him is up and in, and they're going to say he went. I don't know about that one.
I'm not. Nope. It looked like he did come a little bit, but I can't. I'm behind 3 screens here, so you've got the better angle for sure.
Well, and even you think about the first base umpire, although he's in the middle of the diamond right now making that call too, right? That's not the most ideal position to make that call, albeit 3-man system. That's just the way it goes. This ball is up and in, and he's going to get first base. See fist bumps there at the mound between Martinez and Joseph.
2 import players on one on each team there, both speaking Spanish for sure, saying, hey, you didn't mean to. You tried to pitch where you should, and you caught inside. And Joseph likes to, I don't want to call him crowd the plate. He definitely doesn't crowd the plate, but he definitely knows where his box is, and that's his box. So he's going to make sure that no one comes in and pushes him off the plate.
Yeah, and Joseph's not really a guy you want to extend his arms at all, or else we'll end up like Matt Hiscox, almost getting hit by a rocket in left field. First pitch to Reyes Cruz misses for ball 1.
Yeah, that ball for the fans, it went over the metal fence, or the metal wall in behind the fence, over our heads and hit the trees. So
headed for the water.
Yeah, it was headed for the water. If it didn't hit the trees, it would have been in the Thames River out there.
Here's the 1-0. It is not close. 2 balls and no strikes. Good hitters count here for Tommy Reyes Cruz, who's got a couple of guys on first and second, 1 out. Wilkie is at second. Starling Joseph is at first base. Stats coming into this game for Yadian Martinez. He's 2-1, ERA at 5.62, this being his 4th start, as this ball is hit in the air. Deep right field, near the corner. It is going to be up against the wall, off the 330 sign in right field. Tommy Reyes-Cruz is going to get into second. Wilkie is in. Here comes Joseph, literally right behind him.
And Wilkie pulled up limp coming around third base. He pulled up about halfway down the third baseline, grabbing at his quad there, unfortunately. And that's not a good look for the Majors, losing the speed. And you can see him grabbing his hamstring there. 2-run score on the play, but the biggest question right now for the Majors is Austin Wilkie. Is Reyes-Cruz hit that one to almost over the fence.
And I think he thought it was gone.
I think he did too.
The way he came out of the box.
He pimped. I don't want to say he pimped it, but he was watching it. And we've had a few recently here where it's going over, but then it dies and it flies just that touch foul, and there's no point in running to third or running around because you're going to be stuck at coming back. Mm-hmm. You don't want to excel that much energy already here in the first inning.
So, of course, we do hope Wilkie is okay. As mentioned, Joseph literally right behind him.
That was probably got to be the closest I've seen a play at home plate for sure.
Yeah, and the way those two were there, of course, Wilkie down on the ground, Joseph coming barreling in. You got Ibarra there as well, trying to get that throw, find the baseball. It's a scary situation. Of course, hope Wilkie is all right. Hopefully he can continue, but that did not look very good for the Majors center fielder. First pitch to Brownlee is lined off the glove of the third baseman. Goes right to Gonzalez at second to get Cleveland Brownlee, and that is the very common 5-6-3 putout. Brownlee absolutely hit a rocket to third.
And that's been Cleveland's luck, unfortunately, so far this season, is he's hitting the ball hard. He's hitting it hard either into the ground and getting the double play ball, or he's hitting it hard right at guys, and they're throwing him out at first before he even has a chance to be out of the box.
I'll bring up Kane McGee, sixth batter of the inning for the Majors. 2 runs already home on 2 hits. First pitch not close. Snap throw to second. Did they get him? They did not. Ibarra made it close. Tommy Reyes-Cruz just getting under the tag of Gonzalez. And the inning will continue.
And we should mention, Tommy Reyes-Cruz has got to be one of the most interesting guys on the field. I don't know if you know this, he can speak 3 languages. English, Spanish, and French. So if you need a translator, Tommy's the guy to call.
I was going to say, yeah. 3. I haven't even perfected English yet.
That's why you're calling, or that's why you're on play-by-play and I'm on color.
Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to McGee. Better at English than math, though. I can for sure say that. Count now 2-1. Finish the stat line on Panthers starter Martinez. As mentioned, a 2-1 record coming into the game today, 5.62 ERA. With this being his 4th start, he's thrown 16 innings, 10 strikeouts, 6 walks. He's given up 24 hits. We've seen the Majors hit the ball pretty hard here early on. As a 2-1 pitch looked away, called a strike. McGee getting an explanation there from the home plate umpire.
Both respectable guys, McGee and Flesher. They just want to call the game the way it should be, and that's why McGee looked back and said, hey, where was that, just so I know.
The 2-2 is in the dirt. Good block by Ibarra. Yeah, that situation there, that conversation there with the home plate umpire kind of takes you back to, was it Rizzo and Angel Hernandez, of all people. That conversation about just competing, how Rizzo was apologizing, complaining about that call. You're just competing, right? Late in the season, second last Friday of the regular season for the majors. Just want to be on the same page here. 3-2 is swung on and missed. McGee to a knee, and that's the first strikeout for Martinez here tonight. But the majors answer +1. It's 2-1 London after one complete inning. You're watching London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
I want to ride this pony, but I suffer from low E.
Millions of people are suffering from low energy, commonly known as low E.
Low E has hurt my performance in the bedroom. I haven't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope. Planet Fitness replaces low E with Big E, which keeps you energized and glowing all day. Simply join through the free PF app for only $15 a month.
Planet Fitness is a proud partner of your London Majors.
You're watching.
Here's the pitch. Joseph drills it to right center field. That ball's going back to the warning track, to the wall. Goodbye, baseball. Starling Joseph, a 2-run home run.
London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
Welcome back to Labatt Memorial Park here in beautiful London, Ontario. Reece Doumani along with Matt Hiscox filling in on this Friday night. Rain has stopped for the moment anyways. And of course, as always, throughout the season, throughout the last week of the regular season and into the 2023 IBL postseason. Make sure you follow the London Majors at London Majors on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Stay up to date with everything London Majors. And Austin Wilkie has come out of the ball game. We will just try and confirm for you who is in.
It looks like it's Will Pollard has moved to left field, and Drew Lawrence is now the center fielder for the Majors. That's a tough break for the Majors, especially with a 3-3. You've got the depth in the outfield that you can do that, but you really hope that Wilkie is okay and he's able to go the rest of the weekend.
Pitch swung on and missed. Stephen Whalen to lead things off for the Panthers. The 6, 7, and 8 spot due up for the Panthers. It's Whalen, Marsden, and Ruiz. Pitch misses inside, went with the fastball.
And Reece, I want to thank you for sure. I didn't realize where we were going to be tonight and how short our crew was. Normally we've got a crew of about five, six people. Tonight it's you, me, and if you look in the screen there, you can just see our pal Cal there, just in the bleachers there running our camera.
Pitch lined into right center field, a base hit. So Whalen begins the second with a hit. And of course, throughout this IBL season, I mean, you guys were voted number 1 last year for the job that you guys did, and you know it's always nice to come here and call a game for London. Not back with Brantford this year, so it's nice to get back into the booth once in a while.
Well, actually, you and I are on the call next week too.
Yeah, we are.
We now Noah and Dylan. We will let the fans know. Don't worry, we have not let Noah and Dylan go. We're just filling in. You will get back to your regular, better voices. For sure.
Oh, thanks, man.
Hey, we both know. We both know that it's 100% true there with Noah and Dylan. But they will be back on Wednesday. Both of them are out of town due to conflicts. But you and I get the end of the regular season at Labatt Park, and they will be back on Wednesday night.
1-0. In for a strike. Martinez, same situation as he was in the first. Jacklin was hit by a pitch and, just looking for that ground ball, try to turn 2. 1-1. Swung on and missed.
And Martinez, unfortunately, didn't start the season with the majors, but came over just before the signing deadline, had one rough outing, but has been really good after his one rough outing.
Just that comfort level here. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Third strikeout here early on for Martinez. And that is out number 1 in the top of the second inning. Now Humberto Ruiz stepping to the plate. 2:33 coming into the game today. This being his 14th game of the season. First pitch breaking ball misses outside. Whalen not really a huge threat to steal at first base. He does have 4 stolen bases this season, but not a very big lead at all over there at first. The 1-0 from Martinez is going to be fouled straight back, and that was headed for me, Matt. I was all ready for that.
Well, you know what? Knowing this netting, you never know, man. I've seen some balls come through that. Thankfully, none have gotten up here. Nobody's gotten hurt with them, but I've seen them come through and get up about 3 or 4 people into the second row there past the main aisleway. So you never know right now.
Line drive off the glove of Battelle. Everybody will be safe. Kind of a similar play to what we saw off the bat of Cleveland Brownlee in the bottom of the first off of Lacasse's glove, but no out recorded here in the top of the second. And that had the potential to not be a tailor-made double play, but a line out to third, throw to first for 2, but ends up being runners first and second, only 1 out.
When it's
for
hit
the
that
Panthers.
hard, it was scored a hit, and there's not much Dan Battelle could have done with that one. He did have to make a little jump on the play, so definitely a tough play for the third baseman.
This ball is going to be rolled over. McGee, 1 at second, back to first, not even close, so it'll go as a fielder's choice. Jarvis swings at the first pitch. That erases Ruiz as we get back to the top of the order. Blake Jacklin, who was hit by a pitch and then came around to score on a Raul Gonzalez RBI double.
And that's the only thing you're looking to avoid, for him to get on and load the bases. You can get him out and come away with this still with the lead. That's huge for Martinez.
Jacklin, 364 coming into play today. Couple of home runs, 14 RBIs, 44 runs. I don't think he can ask for any more out of a leadoff hitter, scoring 44 times in a year. Also has 19 stolen bases, so that kind of tells you what player he is. Not so much the power, but being that true leadoff guy that can run and use his legs for maybe areas that he might be lacking in, although Blake Jacklin doesn't lack in a whole lot of areas.
Blake is one of those guys that you look at the Kitchener Panthers lineup, and yeah, he might be the leadoff guy. You don't want him on base.
Mm-hmm.
He is one of the guys, no matter what start of the season, Blake Jacklin's back. I know who I got to watch when it comes to when we play them. If he's in the lineup, he's somebody I got to worry about.
And he's looking to even up the game here at 2. First pitch is out, ball 1. If you're Martinez, you need that 0. You need that shutdown inning after your team gets you the lead. Runner on the move, throw down to second is going to be cut in front. Throw to third, and they got him.
They was a
threw
design
behind
play.
Whalen and got him at third.
We've seen that from the majors before. We just saw Roop Chanderdak come out and talk to the whole infield came in. And I guarantee that's what he said. He said, listen, he's going to try and steal. He's got speed at first base. Throw behind him. Throw behind him. Let him run himself into an out. And when he takes off, you saw Tommy Reyes-Cruz come in there and come in to cut that ball off. Tommy Reyes-Cruz knew where Dan Battelle was going, right to the third base bag there, and he was ready. He met the runner at third base there, ready to go, and he was out by a mile.
What a beauty play to end the top of the second inning. And the best part of it, I think, isn't even something that happened in that inning, is you're going to get the top of the order with nobody on to start the third. You know, as beautiful as that play was, I think the bigger picture here, you get the top of the lineup, as scary as they are, but you start fresh. You got nobody on.
I would rather have nobody on base for Blake Jacklin than have the bases juiced, 2 on, even 1 on. I'd rather like to have that.
Well, the Majors will come to bat in the bottom of the second inning, still with a 2-1 lead. Yadier Martinez will come back out for his second inning of work. As mentioned, both starters with their 4th start of the year, both 2-1 this year as well, as it's not going very well in Toronto. 6-0 for the Cubbies
in the middle
over
of
the Blue
4th.
Jays. That's tough. And people chirp me about being a Tigers fan.
Hey, we can still chirp you about being a
Yeah,
Tigers
you can.
fan.
Absolutely. Yep.
Unfortunately,
Go
Brios
for
has
it.
gone 4 innings, giving up 7 hits. He struck out 3, but given up 6 earned runs.
Stroman's on the bump once this weekend, isn't he? I think he gets one. I think he's got one of the games here, if I'm not mistaken. That should be a fun atmosphere with him coming back. First pitch
No, he doesn't.
to Shula misses ball 1. He does not, so he misses Toronto.
It's Jamison Tyon on Sunday and then Steele on Saturday.
Shula went too far, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. It's 7-8-9 due up for the Majors. Battelle and Bowman to follow. 1-1 is going to be lined over the shortstop's head into left center field for a base hit. The Majors starting off the second the same way they started the first. Leadoff single. And they're looking to extend this lead right away. Battelle, a .271 hitter this season.
You just got time there. The Majors don't have a first base coach, so he unfortunately, Shula went to hand his elbow guard off and handed it to the umpire, and he's like, well, you're not who I was looking for. I think that might be a clubhouse fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm calling that out.
I think that might be a clubhouse fine. I don't know on who. I don't know on who was supposed to be there, but.
First pitch bunted. Martinez going to field, throw on to first in time. A little bit of deja vu in the second inning here. We saw Wilkie with the leadoff single, Lawrence with a sac bunt, and now you see Battelle do it in the second, moving Shula up to second. That'll bring up Charlie Bowman, number 9 hitter for the Majors tonight, appearing in game number 14. As mentioned off the top, his first start
of the season this year. We should make sure we announce that. Not of his career, but of the season.
The .333 hitter in those 13 games. First pitch, he's going to bunt it, and this one is a beauty. Let's see if he can beat it. He can. Ended up being no throw from Lacasse. So that'll be an infield single for Bowman. the Majors finding different ways to get on base.
Well, the Majors are missing Byron Reichstein, big home run threat right there. Cleveland hasn't been hitting a lot of home runs. He has been hitting them recently, doesn't always hit them. And there's not really many home run threats in the lineup, especially when you lose Austin Wilkie early on.
Yep.
So if you're going to play up to your speed and what your team can do. And right now we've already seen it. The Majors are playing small ball and they're being victorious.
I'll bring up Will Pollard, his first at-bat of the night. First pitch is going to be fielded by Lacasse. Throw on to first, and they got him by a couple of steps. Schulafan unable to score, of course, with that ball being hit right to third base, but Bowman moves up to second. And the Majors threatening here with 2 outs, second and third for Drew Lawrence. Lawrence with that sac bunt in the first. In this situation, he's looking to do damage. Try and bring 2 runners home here, extend Majors' lead to 4-1. Here's the first pitch from Martinez. First pitch going to be hit on the ground to second. Whalen will field over to first, and that will retire the side. So Martinez gets Lawrence on 1 pitch, and the inning is over. Majors still up 2-1 after 2 complete. You're watching London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
I want to ride this pony, but I suffer from low E.
Millions of people are suffering from low energy, commonly known as low E.
Low E has hurt my performance in the bedroom. I haven't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope. Planet Fitness replaces low E with Big E, which keeps you energized and glowing all day. Simply join through the free PF app for only $15 a month.
Planet Fitness is a proud partner of your London Majors.
You're watching.
Here's the pitch. Joseph drills it to right center field. That ball's going back to the warning track, to the wall. Goodbye, baseball. Starling Joseph, a 2-run home run.
London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
Welcome back to Labatt Memorial Park here in London, Ontario. Inside the Game Day London broadcast booth, Reece Doumani along with Matt Hiscox. 2-1 Majors as we head to the top of the third inning. All those runs coming in the first. Majors out hitting the Panthers early on here, 4-3. And we've seen them hit the ball pretty hard throughout these first 2 innings. Panthers as well. They've put the ball in play quite a few times and hard hit balls here early on as well.
And they're motoring over there in Brantford right now as they're already in the top of the second.
Wow. We averaged a 3.5-hour game in Brantford last year. Average. And with 8:30-ish starts, 8:20, 8:30-ish, we ain't getting out of the ballpark till 12:31, probably, at Arnold Anderson Stadium. It's the Jackfish that are in Brantford tonight. Of course, updates throughout the broadcast tonight with everything going around the Intercounty Baseball League. Other game is in Hamilton. The Maple Leafs are in town to face the Cardinals. Here's the first pitch of the third inning. It is outside for ball 1. Top of the order due up for the Panthers. Jacqueline, Leader, and Gonzalez.
And an important game for those Cardinals, and they're up 2-0 in the third, too.
"1-0 is going to be fair inside the bag into right field. Jacqueline on his horse into second. The throw is offline. And it's a leadoff double for Blake Jacqueline. Using that speed to his advantage, as you could consider that a hustle double with the way it died out in the outfield again with the rain before the game and into the start of the first inning, slowing that baseball down. Jacqueline recognizing that he's got the speed to make it to second, and he does with a throw that was a little bit offline, getting himself into scoring position here to start the third. They'll bring up Andy Leader. The DH tonight for the Panthers. Martinez a couple of looks to second. First pitch swung on and missed. And you could tell that swing, he was expecting a fastball first pitch. Martinez goes with the off-speed stuff. Sort of pitching backwards here to start this at-bat. The 0-1, there goes Jacklin. That ball is going to be hit on the ground and through for a base hit into left field. With Jacklin on the move, he comes around to score. And just like that, we're all tied up at 2.
And that's a great hit and run play there. And you know what? It could have been really deadly there as it was hit almost right at Dan Battelle at third base there. But he just was out of reach for him by probably maybe 3-4 feet. So unfortunately, he's unable to get to it. And it's runner on first and a tie game here.
First pitch to Gonzalez in for a strike. Gonzalez has a lot of the power that this Panthers lineup provides. He's got 11 home runs this season, 48 RBIs as well, as that ball is just inside. Helps that he plays at Jack Couch Park more times than not.
Definitely helps.
Or about half the time, I should say. Panthers, of course, leading the Intercounty Baseball League in home runs. This ball is hit in the air, left field, and gone. And that adds to the team total for the Kitchener Panthers. They tie it at 2 right away here in the third, and now Raul Gonzalez gives them a 4-2 lead. Home run number 12 for Gonzalez. Team home run number 58 on the year for Kitchener. And as I mentioned, that is first in the Intercounty Baseball League.
And that ball was hit a mile into left field. Will Pollard turned and watched it sail over his head, and it was not coming back. He had no chance on that one, unfortunately.
Still nobody out here in the third. Already a 3 spot by the Panthers. First pitch to Lacasse, swung on and missed. Lacasse 0 for 1. He grounded out to second in the first inning.
And last year, Cleveland Brownlee had 52 RBIs to lead the league. I think he's going to pass that this year.
Yeah, that's a safe bet. With about half the games less than the majors have, do the Panthers, as mentioned, 4 games left after this. Yeah, it's a safe bet. He'll get past 52.
I think he'll hit 50, over 52, which will show the league that the offense is still growing as the season goes on, or as the years go on. The pitching has gotten really good over the years, but so is the offense. And the import players that these teams are picking up are incredible talents for these teams, for the cities, for the fans, and it's just going to keep growing this league more and more.
Well, of course, with the addition of Chatham Kent coming to the league, the 1-2 swung on and missed. Strikeout number 4 tonight for Martinez, and that is out number 1 here in the third. Yeah, you get Chatham Kent into the league. You would expect them to want to even out the team total in the coming years, so look out for a potential second expansion franchise and within a few years.
With 4 strikeouts already in the game, he's only 3 off his season high already. So Wilbur Martinez, yes, he's given up the home run, but the strikeout is definitely working for him tonight.
Yeah, and the command really hasn't been horrible tonight. It's just a couple of mistakes, really. 2, 3, 4 mistakes tonight on those strikeouts. He's looked filthy. He's made these Panthers hitters really stay off balance for the most part. It's just really this is the big inning that you don't want if you're the majors.
But the Majors could come back and put 4 bunts down in a row and score a couple runs here. We saw 2 in the last inning. Do we see 3 in the next?
Yeah, they got the right part of the order to do it. This ball is going to be fouled off just to our right. It counts 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ibarra is a strikeout victim. He struck out to end the first inning. See Bowman move outside. The pitch is going to be popped up. And it's foul. Ball came pretty much right back to home plate.
That's the joys of the overhang of Labatt Park. It could hit that, and it could come straight back. I've heard it hit the poles that you see that hold up the fence in behind home plate and hit and come straight back, and it makes that nice big ting sound. And when you're on the field, you don't want to be turning around to look at it.
Martinez set at the belt. The 1-2. Nubbed foul, and he is in a battle here with Ibarra. His count continues to be 1-2. 3 runs across already for the Panthers in the third. Raul Gonzalez 2-run shot just a couple of batters ago to give the Panthers the lead. Here's another 1-2. Taken, strike 3 called. Strikeout number 5 for Martinez. Ibarra for the second time, this time looking. That's back-to-back Ks for Martinez.
That's what you want to come back after you give up the home run. Come back and say, hey, you know what? I made the mistake, but I'm going to handle this myself, and I'm going to strike you guys out here. And working with Bowman, who catches a lot of pens but doesn't work all the time with these arms, he's feeling Martinez out early on, but he's really got Martinez in a good groove besides the home run.
Mm-hmm.
You can't fault him on the singles because hits the ground and dies. That's unfortunate with this weather.
First pitch to Whalen misses just out. Yeah, it's really been a couple of mistakes. Get rid of those. You're looking at not a perfect start, but
2-2
pretty
game.
Close to one. Yeah. Yeah, 2-2, 2-1 game, absolutely. This ball fouled at the plate. It's 1-1.
Now, you were a catcher for Brantford for a little bit. You played in the junior circuit. Did you ever have this where you didn't really work with a guy, and now you're starting your first start of the season behind the plate late in the season? Do you ever have that when you were catching?
Yeah, all the time. I'd say more with the Sox. Those few games that I did play with them, I think I got into nine starts in the 2019 season with the Red Sox, and I'm gonna start with my first start ever in the IBL. Like, I got a couple of pinch hit opportunities,
late inning
but I never got into catch. And the first opportunity that I did, happened to be my first IBL start, was right here at Labatt Park. 2-1 popped up just beyond the infield. Going back and making the catch is Reece Cruz, and that'll retire the side. Panthers strike with 3, and they lead at 4-2 over the London Majors, who have the heart of the lineup coming up in the bottom of the third. Yeah, and I think back to your point about it, a new guy, and he's getting a teaching moment right here with Roop out beyond the third base line there, essentially going over that inning, I'm sure, discussing where that pitch location, the pitch decision on that home run. But you get a new guy, I think the adjustment takes about 3 or 4 innings. Then you kind of have a rhythm of what the guy wants to throw. Now, depending on the night, he might not last that long, or much longer after that, of course. But I think it takes that period, and like I said, I had that with one of the Brantford Red Sox imports that year. I never caught anything over 90. The junior circuit rarely even saw 90 until you really got to the eliminations tournament, that AAA tournament, in order to get yourself to nationals, which shout out to St. Thomas, shout out to the Guelph Silver Creeks, who were Ontario's representatives at the junior AAA national tournament this past week. But, it was funny. When I go out there to start the bullpen, pitching coach comes up to me. He goes, "Hey, Reece, glad to have you here." I go, "Thanks. Yeah, I'm excited." He goes, "You ever caught 95 before?" I'm like, "Yeah, nope, I haven't." He goes, "Well, all right, get ready for it." I'm like, "Okay."
So that's like going from catching, and these guys, I've seen them pitch, years over years, and I've seen them on the radar gun. So that's like going from catching Braden Farrington's curveball to catching Owen Boone on a hot day in the middle of the summer, and he's feeling great. And it's the first 3 innings, and he's pitching 90, 93, and just pumping them in there. That I've seen what it does to batters. I don't know what it could do to catchers.
Definitely gets the adrenaline going, I can tell you that. 95 fired right at you.
I caught 2 years in high school, and I don't think I ever saw even close to 95. Maybe the odd 80 out of our ace for the Clark Road Trojans there, but nothing ever close to 90.
Here's the 0-1 to Joseph. Ball is going to be hit up the middle. Whalen towards the middle of the diamond will make the play, and Joseph is out to start the bottom of the third.
And that one didn't die as much on the infield as what the rest of them have. No rain so far. We haven't seen any spits. We usually get a good line right over the third base grandstand there. You can see it usually coming in. I haven't seen anything. I've got the view here on first base grandstand. Nothing so far. Maybe the clouds. It's still, the clouds have even kind of parted ways a little bit too.
Yeah, hopefully it turns out to be a beautiful night here.
It's not too cold either.
It isn't.
We haven't even had turned the fan on yet. Usually late August, you're thinking, okay, hot, smuggy, the dog, as they call them, the dog days of summer. And right now, we haven't had to worry about that.
First pitch to Tommy Reyes-Cruz is away. Reyes-Cruz just missing a home run in the first inning. Ended up getting a 2 RBI double out of it, though, which I'm sure he'll take, as this ball is hit into right center field. Moving over is the center fielder, Jacklin. He's going to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down to start the third. You can definitely tell what Tommy Reyes-Cruz's plan is at the plate here early on. 2 deep fly balls. First one going for a double. This one, Jacklin able to get over to right center and make the catch, although I'm sure Jarvis would have got there with plenty of time as well. But, 2 very hard hit balls to balls that were hit very far. Looking for extra bases here once again in the third, but nice running play from Jacklin. Brings up Cleveland Brownlee with 2 outs. Ibarra
and something's going
calling
on down the third base line. That's the second ball into the stands, and I believe it's Humberto Ruiz in left field there. He's going to go over and say, hey, cut it out. Stop throwing the ball on here. We all want to enjoy the game, and just stop throwing the ball on the field. If you're going to go play on the other side of the field where the picnic area is, and you're not going to get the ball onto the field and delay the game even more.
First pitch to Brownlee is going to be hit on the ground. It is a foul ball. Just foul outside of third base.
And Cleveland was thinking, man, he's hoping that one either bounces foul for sure or it bounces over the third baseman's head there, because unfortunately Cleveland's getting to the time of his career where it is the end of his speed era.
And once again, baseball making its way onto the field.
And I think that one's going to be kept by the team for now, as the announcements made over the PA system. The umpire at home plate was getting a little frustrated with that one, and unfortunately, that it just can't happen here, because you're taking away from the game for sure, the rhythm of the team, and you're not allowing the game to be played.
0-1 was just outside to Brownlee. Here's the 1-1 from Martinez. Taken for a strike, and Brownlee pushing that one outside. pretty much saying that was the exact same spot as ball one. You can hear the crowd as well getting on the home plate umpire about that one. 1-2, ball is down. Martinez trying the quick pitch there. Big smile from the Panthers right-hander.
I would say you can see a smile from the right-hander and Cleveland, and he kind of throws the body back like, oh, you didn't do that.
Here's a 2-2 in the dirt. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good job here by Brownlee to work that count full.
Cleve looking to get on base for one of the Majors' hotter hitters right now. Yes, he's hitting lower in the lineup, but he's been hot recently in Kane McGee.
3-2 is going to be lined up the middle just past Martinez. Whalen going to make the play over to first. Majors go down in order. For the first time tonight, Panthers continue to lead 4-2 here on a Friday night in London. You're watching London Majors TV on Majors TV.
Here we go.
Believe me, you've never heard a talk show like this.
I'm sleeping with Joe Carter. By the way, Joe did not touch them all.
Yeah, I have to say, like, your voice is fantastic.
Meet Smitty.
Listen, I'm the brains here.
And Mitty.
And I'm the good-looking funny one.
This is the Smitty Mitty Show.
Catch new episodes of the Smitty and Mitty Show wherever you get your podcasts.
You're watching London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Get started at Planet Fitness today through the free PF app, online, or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Planet Fitness is a proud partner of your London Majors.
Welcome back to Labatt Memorial Park here in London, Ontario. Panthers and Majors doing battle, and it's a 4-2 Kitchener advantage through 3 innings. Reece Doumani along with Matt Hiscox here on a Friday night. Quick look at the standings here before we get things underway. Of course, kids running the bases after the 3rd inning. Always a nice thing to see around the Intercounty Baseball League. Of course, Welland Jackfish, they continue to lead. They are 3 games up on the Barrie Bay Cats coming into play tonight. Of course, Welland is in Brantford against the Sox this evening. Barrie Bay Cats, as mentioned, 3 back at 23-13. Kitchener Panthers right on their tail, though. Just half a game back of those Barrie Bay Cats. Of course, Bay Cats are idle tonight, so that half game could be made up. Of course, if the Panthers hang on to win, they would be tied with the Barrie Bay Cats. Maple Leafs and Royals are number 4 and 5, tied at 17 wins apiece, although you see a 3-game advantage there for the Maple Leafs, only 34 games played, whereas the Royals have played 37. Cardinals right on their tail, though, at 16 and 20, and a much improved season for them. Rebrand off the field, and just everything is completely flipped for them. Majors 7th place at 13 and 21, looking to get a little bit closer to the Maple Leafs, Royals, and Cardinals. And then the Brantford Red Sox, 5 wins more than they did last year, but still sit in 8th place in the Intercounty Baseball League at 7 and 27. Martinez back to work. Need to put up a 0 here. Forget about that big inning the Panthers had in the 3rd. It's right part of the lineup here for him. Marsden, Ruiz, and Jarvis, 7, 8, and 9. Not to say that you can really take any breaks in this Panthers lineup because they are pretty deep, but it's the right part of the lineup for Martinez.
The lineups in this league are getting deep, and it's good. It makes it a game where, yeah, we might have games that are 10-11, 21-10. We'll throw that one in there.
Yep.
But it's good to see that the talent is growing in the league, and it's showing in these games where the lineup, when you look at it and it's like, where's my rest spot? You used to look at games in the IBL, 1 through 5. Okay, there's my talent right there. There's my, okay, I got to make sure that I get these guys. 6 through 9, where you're local, your young guys that you're developing. But those local young guys have developed, and they're good in this league. And they've also brought talent from out west, out east, Quebec. They're all coming here, and they're realizing how good the IBL really is.
Yeah, really, we've had 3 good seasons, this being the 3rd one, of course, since that little bit of a break that we had thanks to the pandemic. With majors going back-to-back the first 2 seasons, looking to get that 3-peat going here in 2023. The 3-1 is going to be hit on the ground to second. Nice, easy hop for Shulafan. Throws on to first, and there's 1 down.
And do we talk about the text message we got in between the innings there? We can't repeat what it was said.
No, we can't.
But we'll just say that Mr. and Mrs. Doumani, I promise I'm not going home and raiding your cabinet with your son. I have to go out myself tomorrow, so it'll just be him raiding your beer cabinet. You don't have any plans tomorrow, do you?
No, I do not. No, weekend off for once.
Those don't happen for anybody in the IBL, even the guys that come in like you and help us out here.
Yeah, and even next weekend's going to be pretty busy. Being here Friday night, and then the Rogers TV crew taking over in Brantford on Sunday, the 20th. You guys are in town, so I'll see you then. Sunday afternoon, Arnold Anderson Stadium.
Back to end the season. Interesting. Tells you how ahead of the season I am. I'm 1 week at a time. So we have Brantford tomorrow in Brantford, and then we're back there on Sunday after a game against the Jackfish on Saturday night.
0-1 is going to be hit on the ground up the middle. Reyes Cruz dives, but it's under his glove into center field. Very good effort there from number 21 in white, just a little bit out of his reach. He had to go a long way, though, and had a pretty good effort at that baseball.
Tommy's really solidified himself since Keith Candell was hit about 3 weeks ago almost on the hand. He's taken out over the bulk of the load at shortstop. We've seen Keith pitch a few times, and Tommy's taken a lot of time at shortstop, and especially with Jordan Shulafan coming in and playing second and doing well there, the infield is cleaning itself up.
First pitch from Martinez is low. Ruiz, the fake steal, but he stays. Yeah, that next man up mentality really that you got to have. Candell, he's a staple at shortstop at Labatt Memorial Park. But that next man up mentality that Tommy Reyes Cruz has got, Shulafan's got, right? It's a team game. You got to be able to pick up your teammates, whether they're on a cold streak, whether they get injured. You just got to be ready at any certain point of the season and have that mentality that, yeah, this is an opportunity for me to stand out from the rest of the crowd.
Well, and you talk about that. You look at last year where Jacob Newton came in as an outfielder from Florida, I believe it's Florida International University down there, the Cougars. He came from there, was outfielder for his 3 years there, came here, played 2 games, I believe, in the outfield, and then Chris McQueen went down with an injury. Well, now we have nobody to play second base. Jacob Newton, who originally, when he was with the junior national team, or the Junior Blue Jays, I believe it was, he came in, took over at second base, and lit it up, was an MVP caliber in the playoffs with his offense and his defense, and was great. And then that's the next man up mentality. And we missed it early on. You didn't have that going to start this year. Now the team's starting to click, and they're really getting a hold of everything.
There goes the runner from first. Throw is not in time as Reyes Cruz unable to hang on. A good jump at first base from Ruiz. He steals second base, gets himself into scoring position, and erases the double play.
And unfortunately, it just looked like the ball came loose there on Tommy with the slide there. So great throw by Charles Bowman, but unfortunately you just can't hold on to that ball there with the speed of Humberto Ruiz bearing down in on him.
And you got to keep a close eye on him at second. Looks like he wants to take third. 3-2 is hit on a line. And just waiting for the call here on the original play.
It looks
like they're going to call it on the catch. You didn't really see that distinct signal from the first base umpire because it was 50-50. It was that close. It could have gone either way.
And as mentioned earlier, you've got the better look there because I've got the famous Labatt Park poles right in front of me. And I tried to look up just over the screens here, and there's the pole there for me.
So that's out number 2. Jet Jarvis with a soft line drive to short.
A tough play there either way for Tommy to make that.
It is.
And trying to get that third out at second base is really good. Is that a breakdance move there at second base by Humberto Ruiz?
Got to make the game fun. Love to see it. First pitch from Martinez is going to be popped up. Foul territory. Could be playable. It ends up not being playable as it gets into the stands next to the Majors bullpen. Would have been a tough play either way. Battelle, Reyes Cruz having to go a very long way to try and catch that ball, but it does get way out of their reach into the stands.
Sorry, go ahead there.
Just top of the order here for the Panthers. Jacqueline fouling that first pitch off.
And that's the one thing about the IBL. You start to learn new languages, and Humberto Ruiz, a Spanish-speaking, English-speaking outfielder, played in London, now playing in Kitchener. Tommy, who can speak, like we mentioned, 3 languages. A lot of them like to get, all the languages. And we've heard it before from the dugouts yelling at each other in all fun, and it's just Spanish coming and French coming, and that's the international level of baseball that. I don't want to call it a lost art because it's not a lost art, but it's something that's a learning for everybody, including players, fans, coaches, all that kind of stuff.
1-1 is a dribbler to short. Reyes Cruz, quick transfer, throws on to first in time to get Jacqueline. Nice bounce back inning here from Martinez. Gives up a hit, but nothing more. Head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Kitchener leads it 4-2. Let's just talk about that for a second here, Matt, about, you talk about these different languages. We're seeing these different people coming from different parts of Canada, U.S., Caribbean. Chatham-Kent's going to be team number 9. Just that extra opportunity to get more guys into this league, more Canadian content to showcase off, because we have seen a few guys who have played in the IBL as youngins, their first, maybe second year in the IBL, and going on to having a college career and having a chance to get drafted in the major leagues, right? Or you're getting that player who originally goes to the major leagues. Maybe it doesn't work out with certain organizations. They come here and they bring so much knowledge for the young guys who are looking to move on to college and then the pro level, or, guys like myself. I had no chance making college in the States. No chance ever. Went on a couple trips, but that's about it. But even in 9 games I got in with the Sox, right? Those guys who come from the Caribbean, who got chances at the single A, double A level, those top tier Americans who get themselves into positions to potentially make a major league roster, right? It's what the fans, I think, enjoy the most, and that's why you see the huge crowds here at Labatt. I mean, baseball tradition here at Labatt Memorial Park, but these new guys that come in and just keep it light, keep it fun in the Intercounty Baseball League is really what they're trying to promote here, especially with good baseball as well.
Yeah, and we'll keep this conversation going between innings here. But you look at somebody like Owen Boone, the imports that Roop's brought in that have taught Owen Boone, and now he's probably the top Canadian pitcher in the league.
In the conversation, I would agree. Absolutely.
Sure.
Yep.
But even a guy like Kay McGee, he's learning from all these imports that have come in, and he's gone on a hot streak here.
First pitch to him is inside.
And I was given a stat while just after Kane's last at bat, since his first career IBL home run, back in Kitchener actually, he has hit .420 over his last 9 games, raising his point, his batting average 60 points since that game in 9 games.
2-0 is popped up into left field. Coming in and making the grab is Reece for the first out. And I don't think it's about even getting results for guys. Yeah, that's impressive. 60 points, that's very impressive. But like just the fact that, you know, if you're putting the ball in play, I still think you learn just as much as if you get a hit, right? It's just a matter of whether you get rewarded or not. You know, the rewards, obviously, it being a game of failure, you know, you love to get rewarded, but you learn so much even with the pop out there. You know, he put a good swing on it, 2-out count. He understood what pitch he was looking for. Yeah, he popped it up. But I still think of that as a good at-bat to move forward with because you got the pitch you wanted and because you put a good swing on it.
Yeah, and I gotta make sure that I give this the right one. He's batted .420 over his last 9 games, but he's raised his batting average to .320 over the last, or on the season after getting those 60 points.
Shula fan fouls that one back, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And I think with the new guys coming into the Inter-County Baseball League, right, there is a level of talent that will be leaving this league soon enough, right? You talk about the Cleveland Brownlees of the league. Sean Riley being signed late by the Royals as this ball is hit on the ground to third. 2 quick outs here in the 4th. You know, that level of talent is going to be leaving the Inter-County Baseball League eventually, whether we want them to or not, because we enjoy watching them play so much, but the next crop's got to come in and take over.
Well, and I was thinking about this. You think Justin Intersano, talked to him multiple times, this is it for him. Sean Riley, you got to think this is it for him. He hasn't unfortunately had a time to have a bat at this season.
Yeah.
Stefan Strecker.
Yep.
One of probably the most wildest, but one of the more dominant relief pitchers in the league.
Yep.
There's a bunch, and even Cleveland. We don't know. Cleveland always plays that game at the end of the year. Yeah, I'm coming back. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. You never know with Cleveland. Cleveland's I'll see you in January at training camp, and we'll see what happens. But there's such a talent in this league that the fans aren't. I don't know if they realize that we're going to lose.
Yeah.
And a lot of power, and a lot of good guys. That is definitely not realize that it's going to leave us, unfortunately, just due to the age and the younger kids coming up into this league as well.
Yeah, we're talking about IBL top 100 guys. Like that, when that list came out, you think of the guys that were in the league when it came out. You're thinking, dang, there's a chance they're gone in a few years.
5-6 years, yeah. Yeah, there's not going to be many, you think you're Byron Reichstein, he'll be here for a couple more years, hopefully. That I think he was the only one besides Cleveland that was on the list that was active at the time. And I don't see Cleveland maybe another year, maybe if he's feeling it.
Count is 3 balls and 1 strike to Dan Battelle. Sack bunt in his first trip to the plate back in the 2nd. Here's the pitch from Martinez. Is going to be hit on the ground and through the left side for a base hit. Let's see if the Majors can get some 2-out magic here in the 4th.
Never seems to fail with this team. 2 outs, we're getting on base. I remember last year we always talked about it with Noah and Dylan. We talk after games, and it's like, how many runs did we score with 2 outs? Even look at the comeback in Toronto in Game 5 or Game 6 of the finals. How many runs were scored there with 2 out in the inning, and we end up winning the game. 2 outs, that's where your magic can happen, and that's where you can win games if you can be those 2-out hitting teams.
First pitch to Bowman called a strike. Yeah, it's just not giving up at bats. And those are when you do that, it just has a bad taste in the coach's mouth, the team's mouth, because they know that there's 2 outs. You have an opportunity to score a run no matter what, whether there's someone on or not. But just the mentality of you're going to get a hit this at-bat. If it doesn't work out, well, most of the time it doesn't.
That's why a lot of players hit 200,
yes,
250.
Exactly.
Quarter of the time, you're striking out or you're getting out.
It's just about handling that mental side of the game, the mental toughness that guys have to have. This ball is going to be a soft liner to the third baseman, Lacasse. And that is how the 4th inning ends. Majors get a single, but nothing more. They still trail 4-2 against the Kitchener Panthers. You're watching London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
Here we go.
Believe me, you've never heard a talk show like this.
I'm sleeping with Joe Carter. By the way, Joe did not touch the ball.
Yeah, I have to say, like, your voice is fantastic.
Meet Smitty.
Listen, I'm the brains here.
And Mitty.
And I'm the good-looking funny one.
This is the Smitty Mitty Show.
Catch new episodes of the Smitty and Mitty Show wherever you get your podcasts.
You're watching London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
Welcome back to Labatt Memorial Park here in London, Ontario. Reece Doumani along with Matt Hiscox inside the Game Day London broadcast booth. You see it there, Panthers leading 4-2 through 4 innings of play here tonight. Martinez getting ready for his 5th inning of work. Majors again looking for that 0. They got it in the top of the 4th following a 3 spot from the Panthers. You just got to keep doing that. Keep trying to give your offense an opportunity to tie the game up and get the lead back. Started off with a run in the 1st. Blake Jacklin was hit by a pitch, came around to score on a Raul Gonzalez double. Gave the Panthers a 1-0 lead after the top of the 1st. And the Majors responding. 2 RBI double by Tommy Reyes Cruz. Austin Wilkie, Starling Joseph coming around to score. Of course, that's when Austin Wilkie had to leave the game. Rounding 3rd, coming home. Was replaced by Will Pollard. Those are the only 2 runs that have come across for the Majors. And in the 3rd, first 3 guys who came to the plate all came around to score. Jacklin, Leader, and Gonzalez. That 3-run 3rd capped off by that 2-run shot from Raul Gonzalez. It's where we stand, 4-2, as we begin the 5th. First pitch is downstairs, ball 1. And again, it's the top of the order, or the 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Kitchener Panthers. Leader, Gonzalez, and Lacasse. Leader 1 for 2. He is singled and struck out. 1-0 looked just up. Martinez wondering where it missed. Pretty close pitch. Doesn't get the call. We talk about how tough it is to deal with that failure that you have at the plate offensively. Same thing on the mound. That mental toughness always has to be present, especially when you get a close pitch that you thought you got. It gets called a ball. You've got to work your way through it. Control what you can. Stay within yourself, right? You can't control the umpire as much as you want to, as much as when you want to see robots coming into the game and calling balls and strikes. Although, definitely going to happen a lot quicker in the major leagues than it will here. If it ever does here, I would imagine it would not. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike to Andy Leader.
Now, Reece, if the league goes pitch clocks, what are your opinions?
Not a fan. Ball hit on the ground. Reyes Cruz, a little bit of trouble getting it out of his glove, but still throws it in time to get leader for the first out. No thanks. No, I'm good.
No, you're not. You're not a fan. Is it? You like the?
As much as I would like Angel Hernandez to not be an umpire anymore, keep the robots out of it.
No. I'm just meaning pitch clocks.
Oh, the clocks.
Pitch clocks. I'm not meaning robot umpires. I'm not a fan of robot umpires either. But I'm meaning pitch clocks. Speed these games up. We lose fans. The 10:30, especially on a weekday night, we lose those fans.
Brantford Red Sox games come to mind.
Yes, you and I.
Albeit because of the time, not the product on the field,
yes.
Of course. I hope everybody understands that.
You and I have had a few when we've done those games together in Brantford.
Man.
11:30 by the time we're leaving there, and it's still another hour drive home for me.
Ball hit on the ground to first. McGee will handle it, and those are 2 quick outs here in the 5th. It would take a huge investment for the IBL in order to get pitch clocks.
Take the money out of it. Take the money out of it.
I like the idea. It would definitely help. I think you start in between innings, like kind of the major leagues did. You get a clock in between innings, keep it to 2.5 minutes. And, I mean, it's kind of what umpires are for as well. That game management aspect that you're supposed to have is supposed to be in between innings, make sure guys are moving. Albeit you might have to get rid of it for half an inning. If you keep kids running the bases, that's got to stay. That can't be taken away by a timer. But I think for at least in between innings, you see how it goes. Umpire, whether he has a stopwatch or whether you have someone in a booth with a timer, you could do that. But I think you have to start with that. I think that has to be first. If the idea ever came across to introduce it into the Inter-County Baseball League.
Well, I will say I may know a guy that works with scoreboards and pitch clocks and everything like that.
Yeah, you might. Yeah.
I might know a guy, maybe one or two. And watching how they're built, seeing what goes into them, there's a lot of technical aspects to it. And honestly, the remotes that they have are the size of a cell phone. And an umpire can control it standing there with 2 buttons. All it is 2 buttons on a size of about your phone there. You two toggle switch buttons, start, restart, and then if you go up, it starts at 20 seconds. You go up on the other one, it starts at 30 seconds, whatever the major league rules are.
Mm-hmm.
And it allows for those additions to get them in there and continue the speed of the game. I'm on the fence on them. I don't like leaving here at midnight. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
As much as I love the game of baseball, I never grew up playing it. I've grown to love it here with the majors. This is my 6th year. I love this game. But I don't know if pitch clocks is, I like it because it speeds the game up.
2-2, strike 3 called. Lacasse stood there like the house at the side of the road and watched it go by. Martinez, a 1-2-3 inning here in the 5th. Panthers are retired. Majors coming to bat with an opportunity to try and tie the game. And another called strike 3 for Martinez. As we hit the break here in the 5th inning, of course, I always like to give a shout out to Cucina Italiano, providing the crew meal here for the London Majors games, located at 130 Covent Marketplace in London.
Now, we've been lucky. Dave, Greg, they're amazing over there. They surprise us each week. I get a message usually day before, say, hey, what do you guys want? Do you want Alfredo pasta? Do you want tomato pasta?
Oh, can we have that next week, next Friday?
I'll try.
Alfredo?
You're going to have to remind me on about Wednesday. But they supply us with such good food. And you had one of the chicken part. We've spoiled Noah and Dylan. All our fans here that watch us, you see them on the broadcast. Freshly made chicken, nice Italian tomato sauce. You can get them with mushrooms and peppers and onions on them. You had your first one tonight.
It was mint. Like that was top of the line when it comes to Italian food. I'll say that. Like that sub was very good today.
Fortunately, there's none for you to take back. No driving sub.
Because I remember last time I was here, was it June, I think it was?
I believe it was.
Yeah, Friday night in June, because I was headed to Detroit the next day for Miguel Cabrera bobblehead day.
Did you get yours?
Yeah, I did. We were the second ones in line. Yeah, we were. Yeah, but we were here last time, and I remember it was penne and tomato sauce, I believe, and that was good.
That's
with
really
the garlic bread too, like it was.
And you know what's awesome is the guys come up to me, after the game, they'll come to me and they're like, "Hey, you got any leftover food?" And they'll come up and they're taking bowls and and it's hilarious watching the guys come up after the game and they'll be like, "Hey, what do you got for me?" And they'll take it and you see them just mow it down there. When the baseball players are enjoying it, it's good food. We had a rain out against Hamilton actually a couple weeks ago, and Kachina supplied us with 2 big trays of pasta. The guys come up, they sign some autographs for the fans, and they're like, "Hey, you got food already?" And
I'm hungry.
Yeah, we're not playing tonight now. You got some food, and all of a sudden it was 20 guys sitting in the stands eating pasta. a sight for sore eyes, but you know what? It was definitely it proves that the food that is out there that Kachina puts all the hard work in is definitely the good food. So if you can go and support them, definitely do it.
Again, their location, 130 Covent Market Place here in London. Pollard swings, hits it on the ground to third, over to first. And that's out number 1 in the bottom of the 5th. Second time that he has grounded out to third, of course, coming in to replace Austin Wilkie, who left with an injury in the first inning as he rounded third, coming home to score the first of 2 majors runs, both scoring on the same play.
And this is why I don't do this often, because I talk about food too much, and then I just get hungry and want to go eat.
Lawrence didn't agree with that strike 1 call. Took a walk around the box, now steps back in. 0-1. It is called a strike as well, pleading his case that the ball was away. Have an extended conversation here at home plate. Count is 0-2.
Has to be careful. As much as we say the depth is there for the majors, already losing Austin Wilkie is definitely not something that you can fight with now.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw him take a quick look back there, and I've seen before guys take a look back, don't even say anything, and they get thrown. Strike 3 called, and he gets his foot in the dirt. He is thrown out of the game. And he is pleading his case that not one strike in that at-bat was on the plate. And you could see the movement from Ibarra, and I mean, that's a huge part of the game now. Catchers making the pitches look a lot better, presenting it nicely for the home plate umpire. And I mean, credit to Martinez for just staying outside with all those pitches in that at-bat, as Lawrence still giving it to now the first base umpire, as he will head off and be done for the night. So the majors will have to go back to their bench. Sometimes you'll see guys draw a line with their bat. This time Lawrence does it with his foot.
Yeah, wasn't great for Drew Lawrence getting tossed like that. Like I said, now the majors, we're only in the 6th inning here, and you've lost 2 outfielders. No Byron in the lineup tonight. For that, no Wilkie already. So now you're really going to test your depth here for the majors.
Ball is going to be hit in the air, center field, not deep. Ball is going to be caught by Jacklin, and that is a quick 1-2-3 inning. In the 5th, we head to the 6th. Panthers lead 4-2. You're watching London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of Majors TV.
You're watching London Majors Baseball.
London Majors Baseball. London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
Welcome back to Labatt Memorial Park. Majors and Panthers doing battle here on what has turned out to be a pretty nice Friday night here in London. Reece, Doumani along with Matt Hiscox here in the Game Day London broadcast booth. Panthers continue to lead 4-2.
So it looks like Brett Graham is now in the game. He'll take Drew Lawrence's spot in the lineup. And Jordan Schulafan, who started the game in second base, will now move into center field. We've had 3 center fielders tonight. How many times do you hear that in a game? Not in a good way.
Yeah, no, it's an injury and an ejection that has led to this.
And the Majors their depth is running low here, unfortunately, as I believe all that's left on the bench is Robert Mackey, and that's about it right now.
Here's the first pitch from Martinez. It is away and low. That ejection firing the crowd up a bit as well. As you definitely know they're going to be on the home plate umpire the rest of the night here. Here's the 1-0. Is going to be hit through the left side. And the Panthers once again starting their offensive half of the inning with a hit. And we've seen a couple of times even just the Panthers starting with that leadoff man on.
And I should say there's also Judd Walker on the bench. So the Majors down to 2 position players on the bench. Hopefully we don't see anybody else have to be removed from this game. Injury, anything by that means, and everyone can stay in the game. Because right now you're really starting to test the depth of the team, especially with 3 games this weekend. It could get dicey for the Majors here.
First pitch to Whalen is going to be popped up, but it's going to be foul and into the stands down the left side. Yeah, and really, you look at the game tomorrow, yeah, you get Brantford. They're the team that's below you. They've got 7 wins this year, but it's not the Brantford Red Sox of last year.
And you have to win it.
Yeah,
you have to
absolutely.
win it. You can't have a game. What happens if Brantford goes on a heater here and the Majors lose a couple? I can't remember where the wins are. You're going to have to remind me on that one. But could Brantford pass Welland or pass London?
So we're looking at
on a hot streak?
Yeah, we're looking about a 6-win difference between the two. Now, they've both played the same amount of games, which means with both teams being in action tonight, including tonight, they have 8 games left each. And 2 of those are against each other.
So those games become really important in this lineup and could lead to really who plays who next game or in the first round of the playoffs, because right now it's Brantford Welland and London Barrie.
Yeah.
And really, that you don't want to be that Barrie London series. That's a long drive. Actually, if fans don't know that there's a documentary being done on the Majors, it's going to come out in about early next spring. And I was talking to Mark, the producer, about it, and he's like, that London Barrie drive for 3 games. I believe they're best out of 5 the first round again this year. I haven't heard any changes, but that first round, 3 out of 5, you're looking probably a Thursday game 1 here, maybe Friday, and then a Saturday, Sunday Barrie. Spend the night in Barrie, at least you hope. If not, a Saturday, Monday, something like that.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough on the Majors and Baycats if that's what the first round looks like.
Here's a 3-1 pitch to Whalen. It misses. And the first two hitters reach for the Panthers in the 6th. Yeah, and even you're looking at this potentially being a first-round matchup, right? If Kitchener hangs on to win, they tie Barrie for second place in the Intercounty Baseball League standings. So
I like this drive a lot better than I like
Yes,
the Barrie drive.
yeah.
Doing that drive myself, I've never done the Barrie drive. I've been on the bus for the Barrie drive. And we'll leave here for a 4 o'clock game. We're leaving here 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, because you're looking at about a 3-hour drive from here to Barrie. That's a long drive doing that back on the Friday or on the night just to go back there. Or you're looking maybe and listen, this is all just me throwing stuff out there. I don't know what the playoff schedule looks like. It won't be announced till as soon as the season's over, really.
Yeah.
And you're looking at something like maybe a Thursday in London, a Saturday, Sunday in Barrie, come back for a Wednesday here, and then go back to Friday if they're looking to get it done in a week in Barrie. That's a lot of travel up the 400 series, and a lot of guys, especially, we got to remind fans, this is a working man's league.
Yep.
A lot of players will have to take either time off work.
Marsden lays one down, and a good heads-up play from Martinez to throw out Ibarra at third. You kind of expected a bunt to come here, first and second, nobody out. Ends up going right back to Martinez, and he fires it over to third for the first out.
And Roop Chandat was just out again and said, hey, we expect this, none out, 2 on, look for the play at second, or the play at third and take it. And that's what they did. They cut the runner off early at third base, kept the scoring run as far away as possible with 2 men on.
Now Martinez just 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. He gets himself a ground ball. His infield's going to try and turn it behind him. Takes a step off here, going to regroup. Runner on second, of course, having to go through multiple signs with Bowman behind the plate. Humberto Ruiz 2 for 2. He's got a couple of singles tonight. Times called at the plate as Whalen was dancing around at second. An extended look from Martinez to him. First pitch taken for a strike. I don't even think Ruiz was a huge fan of that call. The situation for Ruiz, don't really got to do a whole lot. You've got a couple of singles so far. All you need is to find some green. 0-1, called a strike again. Count 0-2. Ruiz going to take an extended walk around the batter's box.
A strikeout here was big, ground ball big. Anything in the air big because it's going to have to take something really deep for the runners to tag. So really an out any way possible is great for the majors here.
And if you want it in the air, you want it in the infield. 0-2 is low. Try and get that infield fly automatic out.
Infield fly would be really nice.
Yeah, there's really only 3-4 scenarios that Martinez is looking for right now. You're right, Matt.
Yeah.
1-2. Just off the plate outside. That's where Bowman was set up. Martinez hit his spot, but was off the plate.
And that's you know what? When you're in the 2-1 count, you can kind of waste that pitch being outside and high.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get him to chase, even a ground, roll it over for a double play.
2-2 is going to be popped up. Shallow center field. And it is going to be caught. And that is a fine play from someone who didn't start the game in center field. Jordan Schulafand lays out to make the catch for out number 2.
And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, which camera am I going to be able to pick this up? We talked about how being down a couple guys tonight on our crew, and I'm sitting here looking at it, and it's in no man's land for us, not alone just the players. And that ball was dropping really quick. Schulafan got on his horse and slid out, made the sliding play on his knees, and helped Martinez. I think there's an out either way if that ball drops, though, because of how short it is.
I agree.
Because you got to think the runner's not thinking at first to run on that one, and if he is, he's going to get doubled up at second if it's caught. So really, he's got to kind of hang back. Drops. It's an out at second. Caught. The runners are still at first and second.
Jarvis shows bunt. Ball gets away off of Bowman's glove to the backstop. Runner's going to advance. Now second and third with 2 outs, and that will most likely go as a pass ball charged to Bowman.
Yeah, pass ball scored on that one. I was just standing up to look at that one, and it caught the edge of the glove on that one, unfortunately, for Bowman.
Count 1-1. Righty on lefty here. Number 9 hitter, Jet Jarvis, although it doesn't really feel like a 9 hitter the way that he's able to put the bat on the ball.
And that caught by Schulafan comes into real big play here now.
Oh, yeah.
Now you've got 2 out. You can get an out at first base here, but if that had dropped, now you have that runner scoring on that play easily, and it's a 5-2 game instead of a 4-2.
The 2-1 is going to be hit on the ground right side. Graham fresh into the game, having trouble getting the throw off. Jarvis beats it out. That allows Whalen to come in to score. And the 5th run comes across for the Panthers. It's now 5-2.
And a great play there by Brett Graham, trying to get that one. And he had to go a long distance for that one for sure, and was unable to get it off just in time. But only one runner comes in on that one instead of multiple if that had gotten through the infield.
Yeah, that ball would have more than likely died right in right field, allowing that second runner to come across. Absolutely. You know, unable to make the play at first, but you still save a run in the process, right? One comes across, but could have easily been 2.
Yeah.
That turns things over. Blake Jacklin into the box. He bunts it, but it goes right back to Martinez. He will barehand throw on to first just in time to get Jacklin. And that retires the side. Through 5.5, Panthers lead it 5-2.
And it really was an interesting play there by the Panthers. I almost caught it there. Really weird.
Got distracted by the bus.
Yeah, I got distracted by the bus there. But really a weird play to have the bunt go down there for the 3rd out of the inning.
Panthers get some insurance to make it a 5-2 ball game, which means it's time for our insurance tip of the game, presented by Eric Gagne.
This week's insurance tip, we're talking about the use of your vehicle. Are you someone that is now using your vehicle for Uber Eats, Skip the Dishes? Are you working for Amazon, doing some deliveries? Your insurance company needs to know if you are doing deliveries or if you've changed the use of your vehicle. There are many people that get involved in doing deliveries and don't realize that if the insurance company doesn't know, because a lot of them won't cover for deliveries, they'll deny the insurance claim if you're in an accident. So make sure if you've changed the use of your vehicle, if you're doing deliveries, something that may be different than what you used to use it for, make sure your insurance company knows so that you're not caught with no coverage. I'm Eric Gagne with our insurance guy. Now back to you guys in the
That's the insurance tip of the game from Eric Gagne. He's our insurance guy. You can give him a shout, 519-282-4195. As we get ready to get play back underway, 5-2 Panthers over the hometown London Majors.
Eric,
4, 5, and 6
Eric's a very
hitters due up.
talented man there. He does insurance. He's also called games or announced games in Kamoka and for the London Lightning and the London Knights. Very talented man there.
Jack of all trades.
You could say that. I guess you could.
Count is 1-1 here to Tommy Reyes Cruz. He is 1 for 2. 2 RBI double back in the first has provided the only runs across for the Majors. That ball fouled way back to our left. That second time to the plate was a deep fly ball to right center field, but it was a center fielder, Jacqueline, ranging over to make the catch. Martinez going to ask for a new baseball here. One-two, ball is going to be lined just fair inside first base. Flip onto first. That's where the PFPs come into play, and there's one down.
Yeah, tough play there for Tommy. He really got a piece of that one, but just stayed fair on the bright side, but was right there at the first baseman.
That gets Cleveland Brownlee to the plate. 0 for 2 so far, but could have easily had a hit back in the first. A hard line out to third. And by line out, it was really line drive, dropped, threw him out at first.
Yeah, and Cleveland, like we've mentioned earlier, he's getting up there in age, but the power is still there, no matter if it's a line drive off the bat.
Rolls this one over to third. Throw on to first is in time, so a couple of ground outs here to start the sixth. And Martinez has really settled in here as the game has progressed.
Yeah, and even that one there by Cleveland, he lined that one, a one-hopper to the third baseman, and he was able to pick it really cleanly and get it over to first base to throw at Cleveland in time.
Now, let's see if Kane McGee can get something started with 2 outs. He is 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown to left. Martinez into the windup. First pitch is a ball.
I believe that's only our fourth pitch of the inning.
It's been quick so far.
It's been a quick one. He's working well, and that just shows that he's getting pitches in the strike zone, and the Majors are going after him.
1-0 in the dirt, catches a piece of Ibarra. And we'll get a little bit of a break in the action here.
I think that caught the catcher in the thigh or something like that one. You can see him, he's shaking it out there on the leg, so definitely caught him when it skipped through. Those are always tough. I know both of us can speak to those. I've had a few off the inner thigh and off the back or on the side of the knee, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna need an extra hot bath one tonight.
Yeah, when you expect that fastball right on the outside corner, inside corner, whatever, pitcher spikes it to you. Yeah, those are always fun.
Foul off the inner thigh.
Oh, yeah. 2-0 taken for a strike. Martinez into the windup. That one not close. And McGee is ahead, 3 balls, 1 strike. Good hitters count here with 2 outs.
It's something we haven't heard a lot here so far tonight. Our ball flowers are coming alive with the ball 4 chance.
And if you're McGee, you got to work middle of the diamond here. There is a massive hole up the middle with Whalen shading to the right side. Here's a ground ball to third. 3 ground balls, 3 outs. Martinez, second straight 1-2-3 inning. We'll head to the 7th. 5-2, Panthers lead it over the Majors. You're watching London Majors Baseball here on Majors TV.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Get started at Planet Fitness today through the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Planet Fitness is a proud partner of your London Majors.
Welcome back to Labatt Memorial Park here in London. Panthers leading the Majors 5-2 as we get ready for the 7th inning. Reece Doumani along with Matt Hiscox here in the Game Day London broadcast booth. Quick look around the league here before we start the latter half of the ball game. In Hamilton at Bernie Arbor, it was an early advantage for the Cardinals. Maple Leafs have erased that. They lead at 3-2 in the top of the 6th inning in the Hammer. And in Brantford, between the first place Jackfish and last place Red Sox, all tied up at 2, bottom of the 5th inning, and they're absolutely rolling in that ball game in Brantford. Of course, here 5-2 Panthers over the Majors. Every team fighting for playoff positioning, second last weekend of the regular season. And with how tight it is in the middle of the standings there with the 4, 5, 6, and you can absolutely include the Majors there in that 7 spot. All fighting for positioning, trying to get home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs. Martinez back out for the 7th. His first pitch is swung on and missed. Andy Leader leads things off. He's 1 for 3, singled and then came around to score in the 3rd inning on the Raul Gonzalez 2-run homer to left. It'll be Leader, Gonzalez, and Lacasse. Last time these 3 were due up to start an inning, it was a 1-2-3 inning for Martinez, the only one of the night for him. But he's behind here, 2 balls. Showing bunt. Pitch is called a strike. Leader, I don't think, a fan. The count is actually 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I apologize for that one, as I was also lost in the count there myself, looking up at the board. So
Bowman set up outside. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Martinez. That's a good way to start the 7th.
And that ties Mr. Martinez for his strikeout on the season at 7.
First pitch to Gonzalez, going to be hit on the ground to 3rd. Patel will field, throw on to first in time, and that is 2 quick outs for Martinez here in the 7th. We've seen that quite a bit here, Matt, throughout the ball game, where early in counts, of course, you want to be aggressive. You want to attack guys early in counts, but a lot of rollovers. Not really. I don't want to say there's been very minimal hard contact, but a lot of the early in counts, you're seeing guys roll it over, whether it be the left side or the right side. It's, you love the aggression, absolutely, but it's just kind of helped this game move along, you could say as well.
You know what? I'm not going to complain about moving the game along by any means. I wish the score was a little flip-flop in the home team position. But you know what? A quick game like this is where you don't want pitch clocks. In a game like this where it's moving quick, there's been the time where it's gotten a little out of hand.
Yeah, of course, Majors hit a hiccup in the third inning with that 3-run frame by the Panthers. We had like 3 errant ball delays in left field, which had slowed it down for the time being. But game has had a really nice pace to it. 1-1 called a strike, counting now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lacasse, who was 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts and a ground out for him. Martinez looking to finish him off. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. Strikeout number 8 for Martinez. And it's time to stretch here in London with the Panthers leading it 5-2. The third time that Lacasse has gone down on strikes tonight.
And you see the handshake by Roop Chanderdat. Man, I hope he's not listening to that one later on, because I might get in trouble for that one. But Roop Chanderdat giving the handshake there to Wilber Martinez, and it looks like that'll be it for him tonight. 8 strikeouts for Martinez on the night. Sets a new career high here in the IBL for him. Great outing. Yes, he gave up 5 runs in the inning, but really when you think about it, 1 big inning and it was really a home run that put this game on the lead for the Panthers. You almost got me again there. Even with the look there, I was able to catch it. But the teams are getting through everything, and both pitchers are working effectively. I haven't seen the pitch count for Martinez there as I was looking mid-game or mid-inning there, trying to keep up with how quick it was going.
That makes 20 strikeouts on the season for Martinez.
109 pitches on the evening for Martinez. So you wonder, is that, we don't want to see a Christian Hawk who pitched 143 pitches last night. Great on the man. I just hope he can lift his arm today.
Yeah,
and maybe
no
even
kidding,
tomorrow
eh?
too, because that's a lot of pitches. I think the highest that I've seen for a major, especially this year, was Owen Boone, who pitched 123 earlier this year.
Oh, that's nothing. Michael Lorenzen just threw a no-hitter at that pitch total.
Hey, that was
thanks
incredible.
to the Detroit Tigers sending him there.
And I believe
this prospect must be awesome that we got back for him.
And
his second start with Philly, he throws a no-hitter.
Now, I don't want to throw your Tigers under the bus. It was the Nationals.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
I don't want to...
Unlike the Tigers no-hitting the Jays.
Ouch. We're just going to... I thought we were friends, Reece.
Here's the 0-2. Ball going to be hit on the ground to short. Gonzalez going to have to throw quickly. Is it in time? Yes, it is. Get Shulafan by half a step. Gonzalez making it look pretty easy at shortstop, as that is now 4 straight ground ball outs that Martinez has gotten. And as mentioned in the last inning, he's just on cruise control here through the 4th, 5th, 6th, and now the 7th inning.
But that's what these imports are brought in, because they are so good. You want them to be your ace. I mean, look at the majors last year. Jose Arias and Owen Boone. I don't think you could name a better combo last year. Maybe even this year. I don't think you could name a better combo.
Patel with a line drive, base hit into center field. That's a 1-out single for the majors in the 7th. And again, they got to get going quickly here. Errant throw, but a good backup by the third baseman, Lacasse. Majors have to start stringing some good at-bats together here. Those quality at-bats that we saw them have early on in this game, especially in the first inning when they put up their only 2 runs. You've gotten those quality at-bats, here and there. They just haven't been together as the game has gone on. We'll see what Bowman can do here. He's 1 for 2, a bunt single in the 2nd inning. Thought it was going to start a scoring rally for the majors. Panthers able to bear down and not allow any runs. Bowman here, line drive into center field. That one going to drop in front of Jacklin, first and second on back-to-back pitches. Couple of singles here, bottom of the order for the Majors.
Yeah, it was a great play there by Charles Bowman. We didn't have it there, but the third baseman was probably only maybe 10 steps off home plate there, looking for the bunt by Bowman. But when you've got one out and the bottom, I don't want to call them the bottom of the order. These guys have productive bats. Yes, they're the bottom of the order, but they are a tough bat. Even when they're getting this is Bowman's, I believe it's his 15th game maybe this year.
Game 14.
Game 14.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was close, pretty on that.
You would have lost in the Price is Right.
Unfortunately. But, when you get these opportunities, you've got to take advantage of them.
Yeah. And the bottom two hitters of this London Majors lineup have accounted for 4 of their 7 hits tonight. Like all singles, albeit, but still, you're being productive at the bottom of the lineup.
The Majors won on Wednesday, like I said, with 1 extra base hit, and they scored 11 runs.
Very hard to do.
Trust me, when I went back to look at the box score, I was actually shooting that game on the field with photos. One of the rare times I've been able to shoot it, and it actually was a very interesting game to go back and look at the box score and say, hey, we only had 1 extra base hit. We scored 11 runs. That doesn't happen.
Here's the 0-2 to Pollard. Swung on and missed. That pitch was way outside, and you saw Ibarra point there to his starter, saying that's exactly where I wanted it. Gets the job done. There are now 2 down here in the 7th. That'll bring up Brett Graham for the first time in the game, replacing Drew Lawrence, who was ejected from this game, arguing balls and strikes after he was called out looking at strike 3 back in the 5th. See what Graham can do here with 2 outs. Ball is outside.
Graham was on a good hot streak there probably about a week and a half ago where everything he hit was a double. And hopefully he can keep that hot streak. Yes, he hasn't been in playing as much because Shulafan and the outfield has been really deep, so he gets bumped to the bench. But hopefully he's still got that power and that heat in him that he can keep this train going.
1-0 is low, and he's got himself into a good hitter's count here. 2 balls and no strikes.
There's a lot of grass there in between center and right field. If he can shoot one, even right field in the foul line, if he can shoot one that way, you might be scoring 2 and getting the team back in this game really quickly.
Yeah, and really we're looking at no infielders holding on any of the runners. And, of course, Bowman, that's understandable. Being at first base, he can't really go anywhere with Patel at second. The 2-0 fouled off right side. That's exactly what he was thinking, right side, and that's what you got to do. You see the big part of the field is open, middle, right. You got to try and shoot for it.
I don't want to say did I call it, but, I've been around 6 years. You start to understand how Roop likes to play his games and how he likes to teach his players on look for the big part of the field, especially with runners on, 2 out, get those runners moving. You see it a lot in the way Roop Chanderdat coaches his team and gets his players in these situations moving.
Count is 2-1. The pitch is going to be hit on the ground, just foul, outside of first base. Would have for sure been extra bases and at least 1 run across.
It had died there right at the bullpen of the Panthers. So I think the first baseman was caught flat-footed. The right fielder, it's a long run for him to make that one. You're scoring 1 for sure with maybe a double, we'll call it. Maybe that runner on first is coming around to score, but it's a tough play for sure.
We'll see if Graham shortens up here. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners will be off on the swing. The 2-2 is going to be fouled off. And that's exactly what Graham really has to do here is go into battle mode, try and put any part of the bat on the ball. But also, too, recognizing that you got to stay within yourself in this situation, right? As much as you want to not necessarily be the hero, but be a guy that starts a comeback, still got to make sure that they're quality strikes that you're swinging at. I mean, you'll have to go outside a little bit, but 2-2 is off the plate outside. You saw Ibarra move his glove a pretty good amount back onto the plate. Count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners will be off on the pitch, which extra base hit definitely scores Bowman from first.
So you gotta look Grash. You gotta think, okay, how can I get this? You're not gonna hit a home run every time. You can't be looking to hit a home run every time. You got to get it on the field, on the ground, and hopefully score 1 run.
Pitch is going to be hit off the glove of Martinez to second. Whalen going to have to hurry to first. He does. Throws out Graham in time. Thought he had a chance there with the ball ricocheting off of Martinez's glove, but unfortunately going right to Whalen at second base. The score remains 5-2 in favor of the visitors. You're watching London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
Here we go.
Believe me, you've never heard a talk show like this.
I'm sleeping with Joe Carter. By the way, Joe did not touch the ball.
Yeah, I have to say, like, your voice is fantastic.
Meet Smitty.
Listen, I'm the brains here.
And Mitty.
And I'm the good-looking funny one.
This is the Smitty Mitty Show.
Catch new episodes of the Smitty and Mitty Show wherever you get your podcasts.
You're watching London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
Welcome back to Labatt Memorial Park. Panthers and Majors doing battle for the 6th and final time this season, at least in the regular season. Of course, where the two teams are in the standings. The Panthers trying to chase down the Barry Bay Cats for second place. And if the Majors stay where they are in 7th, we're looking at a first-round matchup of the Majors and Panthers. So far in the season series, Panthers do have the edge. They lead the season series 3-2. They've outscored the Majors, but not by very much. 39 runs for the Panthers through 5 games, 35 for the London Majors. As we take another look here at the out-of-town score. Bottom of the 6th in Hamilton, 3-2. Maple Leafs lead it over the Cardinals. And in Brantford, Jackfish have taken the lead. Still a close one, though, at Arnold Anderson Stadium, 3-2. The visiting Welland Jackfish lead the hometown Brantford Red Sox, which is where the London Majors will go tomorrow.
I believe it's a late game tomorrow as well. I think it's
a
3 o'clock game there for the Majors. So give them a little bit of a break before they go up the road, not a long trip. So hopefully they're able to come back here tonight and go into Brantford and look for back-to-back wins.
You headed there tomorrow, Matt?
No, I'm actually headed to the Exeter Rodeo.
The rodeo, eh?
Exeter Rodeo. I don't get many days off in the summer. This year I have an incredible media team behind me that allow me to take time off, enjoy time, actually before my child arrives in November. And we're able to get away and enjoy some Saturdays on the road in certain places.
Count is now 1-2. There is a new pitcher into the ball game for the London Majors. It is left-hander Alex Springer. Ibarra hits this one in the air to right. Moving back and then coming in a couple of steps is Joseph. And that is the first out in the top of the 8th inning.
And Springer, you want to talk about a junior coming in this year. The Majors have been spoiled with riches when it comes to their juniors this year. Brad Verhoeven caught 4 games in a row or 3 games on a weekend for the majors, while catching 2 junior games on that weekend as well.
Man, that's a lot.
That's a lot of baseball. I don't know. We go back to
my knees
our
hurt
baseball
just thinking about that.
I would say my knees hurt just thinking about that. And he's a diesel mechanic as well.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's about my size. So we give Brad a lot of credit for what he did on that weekend. He's hitting well. He's playing well in the field. And he's doing a lot of things that the majors don't really usually expect from your juniors, especially your junior catcher. You're expecting a lot of, pinch hit opportunities, maybe some late defensive subs, but not playing 3 games in 3 days just for the majors and then 2 games for the Tomcats as well. But Springer, I believe, has 2 saves already this year for the majors, and it goes alongside with Jared Lund, who has also pitched really well for the team this year. And Noah Williams, he's playing some first base every once in a while, and he's having good at bats this year, his first year with the team, and he's making the most of the time that he's getting.
0-2 misses for ball 1 here to Whalen. Yeah, this being the 5th appearance for Springer this season. He's got the 1 save in 9 innings pitched. So, I mean, he's definitely done a lot of work here as a junior, like you said. Ball is near the stands, and it will for sure get out of play.
Glad we moved that camera from there.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know. We don't have the luxury of seeing exactly where that landed on camera, but that definitely was over towards our bullpen camera sponsored by 519 Jersey Auction. Unfortunately, we weren't able to put it on with the short crew, and with the rain in there, we didn't want to leave it out in the rain, but they're still able to provide the camera that you see up in the third base side, up in the grandstand, giving you a kind of a side view of our batters every once in a while in first base.
Hey, it took the words right out of my mouth, Matt. That's where I was headed. Attaboy. Ball's going to be lined, and it's going to get foul again down the left side. Yeah, you can check them out on Instagram, 519 Jersey Auction. Check out all the content that they've got.
Incredible jerseys. I talk to Josh all the time. He's actually my assistant photographer for me. He's on the field along with Morgan tonight. They're taking all the photos for tonight, and the stuff that he pulls, you look at it, and it blows my mind, the jerseys that he's able to get and the creativity that is around them.
1-2, fouled at the plate. Yeah, that's one aspect that's really you look at, and for me, like a couple of years ago, my favorite player right now in the NHL at least is Mo Sider, right? You're looking at $300 American for that jersey that I bought. You're really not looking at that here with 519. As strike 3 is called on Stephen Whalen for out number 2, giving Springer his first strikeout of this outing. Coming into the contest today, in those previous 4 appearances, 9 Ks in 9 innings pitched for Springer. A couple of walks thrown in there. He's also given up 12 hits. Last outing came July 29th at Barrie. Threw 1 inning in that game, gave up 1 run, 1 hit, couple of walks, couple of strikeouts as well. So he's looking to get more experience here at the IBL level. Gets a swing and miss from Marsden to start this at-bat. Nothing in 1 is low. Crowd is stuck around here at Labatt Memorial Park. Have not seen the system that we expected to here tonight. Has turned into a pretty nice game, pretty nice night for ball here in London.
Yeah, thankfully we missed that system. It looked like maybe the Labatt Park bubble that I mentioned earlier is helping us out tonight.
The 2-1 going to be fouled off to the backstop. Count is even 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 in the dirt and blocked. Good job by Bowman there, recognizing with 2 strikes. Got to make sure everything stays in front. "3-2. Swung on and missed. Couple of strikeouts in the inning for Springer. Panthers go 1-2-3 in their half of the 8th. Springer doing his job to keep it a 3-run ball game and give the Majors a chance here coming up, as they will have the right part of the order due up here in the 8th. It'll be Starling Joseph, Tommy Reyes-Cruz, and Cleveland Brownlee. As you take a look here, 519 jersey auction. I know we're supposed to cheer for Canada, but that Team USA ball jersey is fire.
They've got to be some of the best blue or baseball jerseys for international. But like this Vancouver Canucks jersey.
Throwing it back to the Nordiques.
The Nordiques. You got. I know it's not a real Blue Jay, like not a real Blue Jays, but it's a custom Blue Jays, the black Blue Jays. You know, you got the Vancouver Grizzlies. You know, and you know, one of my favorite throwbacks is the purple LA Kings.
Really, eh?
Oh, I love the purple Kings. But that, you know what? When you go look at the retro series, those Colorado Nordique jerseys have to be by far one of the best retro series jerseys that were around. And we cannot miss this little screenshot here without mentioning the Chiefs.
Yes. One of the best hockey movies of all time.
Best hockey movies of all time.
Yep.
You can't see that screenshot and not include that on our list here that we see.
Yeah, those reverse retro Quebec Nordiques jerseys looked pretty good outside.
I actually
when they played the Golden Knights.
I have I believe it's a Cale Makar jersey.
I mean, of everyone in Colorado, you think of, it's got to be him, McKinnon, or Landeskog. Yeah. It's got to be any of those 3.
You know what? I even thought about getting a good old Patty Waugh jersey like that.
Oh, Patrick Waugh.
You know,
and Memorial Cup champion as a coach.
I can't get a Montreal Patrick Waugh.
No, you can't.
That's unholy when you're a Leafs fan.
Well, never mind. The 0-1 is going to be hit in the air, left field, not deep. Moving over, making the catch is Ruiz. And Joseph is retired to start the bottom of the 8th.
Joys of having me up here in the booth, you get to see some different things.
Yeah.
Get to pull it out there and show off some of our sponsors. Josh doing incredible work with his jerseys that he brings in, and that's just a taste of the jerseys that he's brought in. He was able to gift me when I announced that I was having a baby a Florida Panthers blue.
Oh,
the retro series that they just had. He gifted me I believe it was a Matthew Tkachuk.
Better be Matthew Tkachuk.
A Matthew Tkachuk blue Florida Panthers jersey with fight strap and all.
You got to get the fight strap.
Yeah,
it's not a jersey without the fight strap.
And that's the one thing. They come legit jerseys.
0-1 is hit in the air towards the Majors bullpen, but it's going to get foul. Tommy Reyes-Cruz 1 for 3. The 2 RBI double in the first. And then a fly out and a ground out as the game has gone on. I guess the next task would be to find a Matthew Tkachuk Knights jersey. Got to get that. I'm sure you could still customize it in the shop. But
yeah, but it's not real then.
Here's the 0-2, fouled off again, left side into the stands. Again, the 0-2, this misses high. One thing I got to find for myself is an updated Raptors jersey from them. I got to get me one of those because my Raptors jersey is Jose Calderon.
Okay, I'm not.
1-2 misses, 2-2.
I'm not a big baseball or a big basketball guy, but even I know that's old.
A little bit.
I know
That's on
that's an older jersey.
That's Andrea Bargnani days.
But you got to go. Even if you go with an older Raptors, you got to go Vince Carter purple, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Like there's no other one you go before the championship season, other than Vince Carter or maybe Kyle Lowry's first couple of years.
Yeah, Chris Bosh.
Maybe. I forgot one. I can't believe I forgot Bosh.
Hey man, that's all right. 2-2 is taken. Strike 3 called. Crowd doesn't like it. Tommy Reyes Cruz not a fan either. But of course, umpire with the final call, and that's the second out of the 8th. That'll bring Cleveland Brownlee to the plate. Cleveland's effect here in London kind of reminds you of what Miguel Cabrera goes through on a daily basis in Detroit. Yeah, he doesn't have the power anymore, but just even if he steps to the plate, strikes out on 3 pitches, people are still cheering him. Like Cleveland Brownlee still has that effect here in London where just no matter what happens, if it's 10-0 for the visitors or if it's a 3-2 game, like the fans, a lot of them still come out just for him.
And they're lining up at the bullpen or at the dugout. I've been down there when, the Majors are up 8-0 in the 9th inning, and Cleveland still got a lineup of autographs. I've been there when the Majors are down 10-0, and Cleveland's still there with an autograph, signing and everything. And it just shows his dedication to the city, dedication to the fans, and to the organization of how the team or how he's viewed in the city.
0-2 pitch popped up right side of the infield near the line. You can chalk that up 50-50 whether it was fair or foul, but it's going to go as a pop out to first, and that's how the 8th inning comes to an end. Panthers continue to lead it. It's still 5-2 as we head to the 9th. You're watching London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of Majors TV.
You're watching London Majors Baseball.
London Majors Baseball. London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
Welcome back to Labatt Memorial Park. We get ready to begin the 9th inning. Reece Doumani along with Matt Hiscox here in the Game Day London broadcast booth. Fans still around, hoping for a comeback. And we have a new pitcher on the bump who's going to try and keep it a 3-run ball game. It's Skylar Janice, the right-hander, who gets the 9th for the Majors. They had Springer, the lefty, in the 8th. They go back to a right-hander with Janice here in the 9th, and he will get the 8, 9, and 1 hitters here for the Kitchener Panthers. Humberto Ruiz, Jet Jarvis, and then Blake Jacklin back at the top of the order.
He's had himself a good season so far. He had his start there actually last week in that unfortunate game against the Maple Leafs where the team lost 21-10. But other than that, he's pitched really well. He had one outing. He had a 1-pitch double play when the Majors were in tough on a bases loaded situation a couple weeks ago. He's really pitched well out of the Majors bullpen this season when called upon for the team.
Yeah, this being appearance number 16 this season for Janice. Pitch is going to be fouled off. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's 0-1 with a 9.11 ERA. As mentioned, his 16th appearance here tonight. He has 1 save in 25 2/3 innings pitched. Strikeout totals is more than 1 per innings pitched, as he's got 27 strikeouts this season. He's walked 17 and given up 43 hits. 1-2 pitches very close.
And that 9
was called a ball.
And that 9 ERA definitely does not reflect how Janice has pitched this year. He's come in with some really sticky situations out of the bullpen, and unfortunately, 1 hit can lead to 3 runs in this team.
Ball lined up the middle. Going to be a tough play. It went off of Janice to short. And Reyes Cruz just unable to make the play over to first. Janice pretty much waving everybody off, saying, I'm good, I'm good. It wasn't that hard hit.
It actually looked like it caught him on the backhand, like the back of the forearm there. Not a lot of meat there, but on a guy when he's spinning like that, I think it either caught him on the forearm or caught him maybe in the palm of the glove there and wasn't able just to close on it, but puts a runner at first base there.
Jarvis shows bunt for a split second, but pulls back. Might have just been wanting to see what the infield's going to do in this situation. Patel is in at third. He'll take a couple steps in and be on the grass when the pitch crosses home plate. 0-1 swung on and missed, and Jarvis can't hang on to the bat.
I think he needs some pine tar on that one.
A little bit.
That's exactly what he's going to call for. He's calling for the pine tar.
That was one thing I could never hit with. I hated pine tar. Awful.
I was never a swing. I had more walks than hits. I think I had 2 hits in my whole career, and we'll chalk it up as I had a better eye for the walk than the hit.
Yeah, free bases or something. I have no problem with walks at all. Here's the 0-2. It's going to be popped foul, left side.
The only problem with that is in high school they have the 3 out or the 2 out rule for the catcher. 2 out. If there's 2 outs and you're on base, they pull you.
I still hate that rule.
I never got to second
awful.
base.
Yeah, no, it was. Hated that. I never came off. Like, I wasn't a guy who really took that long. Sometimes I did, but.
I didn't have a choice. My coach pulled me. He says, you know what, we got to keep this game going. You're off. The last out was out. Yeah, we had a lot of speed on our team, and my knees were already shot by that point. So it was more of a, hey, you know what, I'm saving you. You can't. You're not the fastest runner, so we're going to put someone just that step faster in for you.
Here's the 1-2. It's going to be swung on and missed, and that is a very big strikeout for Janice, especially with the top of the order coming up. Already 1 guy on. Yeah, high school ball. Our high school team got to offset in my grade 12 year.
We didn't. We got the B. I think it was the B championship for the city.
I didn't think they had that, to be honest. I thought it was just everybody played each other.
Well, we had
at least in Brantford, but I guess we didn't really have that many high schools. Yeah. Only 6, and that included Paris.
We had quite a few teams, and it was A division and B division, and there was some really good A division teams. Some schools that didn't let their A guys pitch against the other teams because they're so good teams.
The 1-0 is way inside. That is definitely a wild pitch. Bowman really not having a chance to do anything on that pitch. So that'll move Ruiz up to second base, and he's in scoring position with only 1 out. So in London, is it public and Catholic that play each other, or is it mixed?
They're split. So the Catholic board plays the Catholic board.
Yep.
The public board will play the public board, and at the end of the year, it'll be a championship for the city.
Okay.
And it actually happened back when I was in high school, when the teachers went on strike. The public school teachers went on strike.
Oh, yeah.
The Catholic board were still able to play.
Yeah.
So they said, listen, we're going to split right away from you guys. And that's how it's always been since I believe it was my grade 11 or 12 year that happened.
Jacklin drawing a 4-pitch walk here. Again, not worst case scenario. You get yourself set up for a double play here, but Roop will take a trip to the mound and talk things over with Janice.
Now, we've seen this before. He's gone to the mound and said, hey, get yourself calmed down. This is what we're going to do. And the very next pitch, it's an out at third base all the time. I don't want to, jinx anything here, but
come on, Matt.
Two for
Jeez.
two.
No.
2 for 2. He's done his job so far. And that's what Roop does in these situations. He talks to his team, says, hey, this is our situation. We've practiced this 1,000 times during the week. Let's do this. Hey, let's do this play. Let's do this play. And sometimes it's not a matter of making a sign from the bench. It's a matter of making a sign or going out and talking to the team and saying, hey, this is what we're going to do.
See if this trip works with Janice. First pitch to Leader is a strike. Leader 1 for 4. Singled and scored in the third. He struck out twice, and he's also grounded out to short.
And a little bit of action is Braden Farrington's just throwing in front of just off the mound every once in a while. It doesn't look like he's really trying to get hot in a rush, but is working on getting hot in case of things get out of hand quickly.
0-1 called a strike as well. And that is big in this situation to be up no balls and 2 strikes on Andy Leader. You can do anything you want in this situation.
Catch your brain. What are you calling?
I think you stick with the fastball. Stay in. Don't let him extend.
Well, it looked like they went off speed a pitch on that one. Off speed inside. You're still looking for the double play though. You're only 1 out. I'm looking probably either a fastball on the outside or I'm going to jam him on the tight inside with an off speed and try and get that double play ball.
Yeah, and if you're going in, you can't miss.
Yeah, you can't miss.
It has to be off the plate. And just like that. There you go.
It wasn't the off speed, but he came inside with the fastball as you saw the dust come off the glove of Charles Bowman there, and they get the strikeout for sure, and that's exactly what you're looking for. You're looking for that double play or the strikeout, keep the runners from advancing and have the chance of coming back in the 9th inning.
So now 2 down. Runners still first and second. It's Ruiz at second. Jacklin is at first. First pitch to Gonzalez is taken for a strike. And that's big after a 4-pitch walk to Jacklin. You start the next 2 guys off with strike 1. The 0-1 is going to be lined to center field, coming in, and it's going to get on a bounce. Throw to short, relay to third is not going to be in time. A valiant effort from Shulafand in center. Just ball dropped just in front of him, bounced off of his glove. 1 run does come in to score. That's Ruiz. Of course, with 2 outs, no freezing on anything, so he scores very easily. And it's now a 6-2 Panthers lead.
And we should mention here, Reese, I don't know if you feel that breeze, but that breeze has picked up really hard in the last probably inning here. We are out of the rain system, but that breeze has picked up really hard in the last couple minutes.
First pitch to Lacasse is a strike. Yeah, that breeze has felt pretty good, actually.
I don't know. It's almost getting sweater. I don't call it
No.
sweater.
It's August. There ain't no sweater weather in August.
Didn't you see me when you walked in? I think that's all I wear when it comes to the season. There's the odd time you see me in shorts, but everyone gives me a hard time. Oh, what are you doing in pants and a sweater? Sometimes that's what you're comfortable in the middle of summer.
Pants I can understand because I'm not going to wear shorts to work. But the 1-1 is a close pitch called a ball. Yeah, I'd say pants would make more sense than sweaters or hoodies because they're not really fleeced or lined with really anything.
But this is the team hoodies that are very loose and airy. So
the 2-1 is going to be popped up into left field. Pollard over makes the grab, and that will retire the side. Majors, well, they got some work to do. down 4 heading to the bottom of the 9th inning. Panthers looking to close it out and looking to get even with Barrie for second place in the Intercounty Baseball League standings heading into the playoffs. Look ahead for your London Majors. This is one of 3 in a row this weekend. They will head to Arnold Anderson Stadium in Brantford tomorrow. That nice 8 p.m. start in Brantford at Arnold Anderson Stadium.
We've done a few games there. You, me, Noah. I don't know if Dylan's had the experience of broadcasting a game there, but that 7:30 start. I know I've even talked to Roop when he was playing in the league, and he says when you're standing in that box, you cannot see anything if that sun is there.
No, you can't. Nope.
And I don't want to be a batter, especially with some of these imports getting up there in that 95. Even Owen Boone when he's throwing 95.
Yeah.
I don't want to be standing in that box because if he misses that and I can't see it to get out of the way, that's good. That's not just going to hurt. That could leave a big bruise where you're not moving.
That's one thing I got used to pretty quickly because now we call it 18U. At 7:30, like there was dead 7:30. That's when we were starting, no matter whether you could see or not. As safe as that sounds, yeah, exactly. But like as a catcher, I had the sun visor, but it only does so much, right? I'd use the top bar, just like that bar, like the vision. Vision frame area?
The goalie helmet, or did you wear the two-piece?
So I started with the goalie, and then I hated it, and then switched to the 2.
See, I couldn't get the two-piece. Could not wear the
two
two-piece.
pieces.
That's
sick.
I always
it's a
wear
good
the
sty.
Goalie. I always wear the goalie. Now, I got to say I was a goalie myself, so it kind of just different cage.
Fair, yep.
But, man, I could not wear the two-piece.
First pitch is going to be hit by McGee into left, but it's going to be caught close to the track by Ruiz. A good piece from McGee, but it's just a long out number 1.
Yeah, and we talk about the helmets and everything. You look at tonight, there's 2 different helmets in this game. You got a Bayer. Sorry, I'm not great with names there by any means. Using the goalie mask, and Charles Bowman using the two-piece.
Bowman, even with the gear that you don't see very often, the Evo Shield gear.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
The joys of junior.
Yes. Very much so.
And even Diolio, he, with his being in the Yankees system, he's actually, I believe, and I don't quote me please by any means on this, is wearing Gary Sanchez. It says Sanchez right across the top of his gear. Shula fan stepped out there. It looked like he had something in his eye, or I'm not too sure on that one.
Yeah, it looks like it is, yeah. Count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch that looked like it caught quite a bit of the plate, called a ball. Two-1. It's fouled off at the plate. Count will now be even. Yeah, I didn't switch till the 2-piece until my second year of midget. Because I was always a goalie mask growing up. 2-2 is going to be fouled straight back.
Well, when you're trying out for the baseball team in high school and they didn't have a catcher and they're like, well, hey, you're a goalie. You're pretty simple for you to go from here to here, and you're not afraid of being hit by pucks. So I don't think being hit by a ball will be too scary.
2-2 is low and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes now.
That's why I always walked and didn't have too many hits. As I didn't grow up playing baseball, grew up as playing hockey, so the power definitely wasn't there in the swing.
Here's a 3-2. It's going to be fouled off, nubbed towards the Panthers' dugout. He also broke his bat on the play as well, so we'll get a short stoppage here.
And he sawed off the end piece of that bat for sure, as it looked like probably maybe about 8 inches of the bat came off the end. I don't know where it went. I didn't see it. I was working on the scoreboard there for us. But a couple of weeks ago, we had a game against Guelph Royals, and Starling Joseph had one where he had swung fully through it, and the ball went to left field, and so did 3/4 of the bat. And the shortstop looked at it and was like, what do I do? Because here comes the ball and here comes the bat, and thankfully he was able to get out of the way for the bat on that one.
The 3-2 is fouled off.
And thankfully,
I had to just double check there. It wasn't a foul tip.
It came all the way back to the left side of the fence here.
I totally missed that one. Another 3-2. Strike 3 called outside, and we're going to get another argument here and potentially another ejection.
It didn't look like he was getting too deep into that. He wasn't yelling, making any complaints. He was more looking at it and saying, listen, I don't feel like that was outside. Please, tell me where that was. Didn't go say the special words, we'll call it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
The special words of, where did you see that? You were wrong.
Yeah.
No, please tell me where that was so I know going forward.
Yeah, didn't draw a line, didn't make a huge scene about it.
He thought he had the walk there for sure.
Oh, one is outside. Patel, couple of hits tonight. Both are singles. See if he can keep the game going here. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. As Martinez here going for the complete game win. 1-1 called a strike. You can hear the reaction from the crowd here at Labatt Memorial Park. Here's the 1-2 from Martinez. Quick pitches him. It's right down the middle. Strike 3 called, and that's how the game is going to end. And we're going to get a little bit of a discussion here again from a Majors hitter. Patel not following the umpire out, but again wanting an explanation, trying to understand whether about the quick pitch, whether about the pitch itself. But ball game does come to an end. It is the Kitchener Panthers with a massive 6-2 win to pull themselves even with the Barrie Bay Cats for second in the Intercounty Baseball League standings. Majors, well, you got to look at it. You're right back at it tomorrow. You get the Brantford Red Sox on the road tomorrow, and then the Cardinals on Sunday. Keep playing the game. You got to keep getting back into the win column, trying to play good baseball. Tough loss here today, 6-2. Started off well, got yourself a couple of runs early on, but that 3-run third, that included a 3-run shot from Raul Gonzalez. Sort of made the difference here. Got them out in front 4-2, and they just didn't look back. Pitchers throwing up zeros, and by pitchers I mean Martinez throwing up zeros as he gets a complete game win here in a 6-2 final. But a 2 spot in the first, and then 8 zeros to follow that first inning.
Yeah, a dominant performance on the mound. If you're the Panthers, really, both sides were really good pitching. And it was import versus import, and the Panthers were able to come out just that touch ahead on the pitching matchup for sure tonight. And like you said, the Majors are going to look back to get back into it tomorrow night in Brantford. You got to get at least 2 wins this weekend to keep pushing on that standings and not fall behind too much.
Still 7 games to go until the end of the regular season for the London Majors. Kitchener Panthers don't have as much action, but still very important games coming up for them. They continue to battle with Barrie, and you could even throw the chase for first with Welland in there as well. Kitchener Panthers looking to put themselves in a good spot for round number 1, as this is win number 3 in a row for them.
And another big game in the league right now, Hamilton's actually losing 10-3 right now. So that's a really tough one for them, and they're going to want to get that win, or Guelph could push past them. And, not that the Majors could push them hard, but they've got a chance to get past them and even into 6th place in the league. And still, it is 3-2 Brantford, or 3-2 Welland in Brantford, bottom 8. Wouldn't that be an upset if Brantford could come back and beat Welland, I believe, for the 2nd time this year? I believe. Please don't quote me. Don't radio me, as our good friend Chris Lazar says. But it could be a chance that they come back and get a win, help them climb up those standings, and give Barrie a chance to take over that 1st place.
Yeah, that one in Hamilton escalated quickly. Like, when you first said that score, I'm thinking, okay, you got to pull up that video of Will Farrell and Anchorman leaning back in his chair. Oh, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, definitely. So.
But here at Labatt Memorial Park, it's the visitors taking this one. 6-2 the final score over the hometown London Majors. Again, if you'd like to take the trip, make the trip up to Brantford tomorrow. 8 p.m. start at Arnold Anderson Stadium to see your London Majors back in action. Thanks to the entire Majors TV crew. Thanks to Matty Hiscox for joining me on the broadcast tonight. I'm Reece Doumani from inside the Game Day London broadcast booth. Hope you have a great rest of your night, and we will chat again soon.